This young man in his previous life had just died amid a pile of corpses, but Sukana had just had to face a super huge monster as soon as he traveled through time. From the memories he just absorbed, the body's owner is named Suo Mo, and that savage beast is called the Electric Wolf. The place he teleported to is a planet named Lam Star. It's the year 2200 on Lam Star, and all over the planet, space-time rifts have appeared, unleashing countless fierce beasts. These creatures have caused massive damage to humanity. During battles with these beasts, some people discovered they could absorb mysterious substances freely floating in the atmosphere. This energy is crucial, allowing them to transform and gain extraordinary powers. Such people are called martial artists. Without giving Suo Mo time to process, the Electric Wolf opened its huge mouth, full of sharp fangs, and lunged to bite his head, but Suo Mo quickly shoved his spear into its mouth. These beasts' bodies carry strong electric currents. If triggered, they die instantly. Thinking fast, Suo Mo used all his strength to throw the Electric Wolf as far as possible, while it still had his spear in its mouth. While it was caught on some ancient tree branches, he stabbed the beast's vital spot with his spear. Unfortunately, the beast wasn't dead yet, and his spear snapped in half. This is bad. A normal human like him has no way to kill such a beast. Seeing the beast preparing to attack again, Suo Mo silently steeled himself. He wasn't ready to die. Since he promised to keep this body alive, he was determined to help it survive and thrive. He started analyzing the situation. The beast's belly wasn't covered by thick fur. Although the electric currents were dense, they didn't come from there. This was the protected spot, the beast's lifeline. Life or death depended on this decision. Suo Mo gripped his spear tightly, focusing hard to prepare a life or death strike. Before he could act, a girl appeared, and with one move, chopped off the beast's head. While Suo Mo was still stunned, the girl urged him to leave quickly. She's the childhood friend and fiancée of this body's owner named Zhen Tixiwei. Right after fragmented memories appeared in Suo Mo's mind post-teleport. Those two have a good bond. Why don't we just boost their energy together? Suo Mo, my parents and yours died, falling into a ravine during an expedition. From now on, it's just the two of us relying on each other to survive. Suo Mo, I heard some beasts carry treasures that can change human strength. I can hunt beasts on my own now. I'll definitely find a way to unlock your true potential. Zhen Tixiwei, you didn't have to come all this way. You're not my fiancé. If it weren't for your parents, even if mine went hunting, how could they have died? Absorbing Suo Mo's memories made the new Suo Mo feel uneasy. This guy treats his fiancée, who did everything for him, like this. Seriously, some people just don't know how to appreciate blessings. Zhen Tixiwei had already exhausted a lot of energy from the last hunt. Just now, she even took down the savage beast to save Suo Mo, so her head started spinning. Her body involuntarily weakened, slumping down. Suo Mo quickly stepped in to catch Zhen Tixiwei. She was seriously injured, like she just finished a super dangerous mission. She found out the original owner was inside the cage, so she rushed over to save them. Are you okay? Suo Mo asked worriedly. He hadn't talked to me in ages. Zhen Tixiwei tried hard to hide her shock, then forced herself out of Suo Mo's arms and said, I'm fine. When an electric wolf dies, it releases a scent only its kind can detect, which calls others to come defend. You gotta get out of here fast. Sure enough, not long after, growls echoed non-stop from inside the cage. Then a pack of electric wolves appeared right in front of them. Zhen Tixiwei used all her remaining strength to launch a surprise attack, taking down a few electric wolves. But that strike only made her injuries worse. Fresh blood sprayed from her mouth, and her whole body was thrown backward unconscious. Now she could only rely on Suo Mo alone. Seeing the electric wolves surrounding them, Suo Mo thought to himself, even if Zhen Tixiwei's power is on par with a martial artist, she's no match for these beasts. I don't stand a chance either, and worse, I'd drag her down with me. Just arrived in this world, and already about to repeat the same tragic fate as last time. No, there has to be a way. I can't die here. In his panic, Suo Mo's hand accidentally touched the fur of an electric wolf nearby, and immediately a system menu popped up. Collection system activated. Activated. Collecting. Collecting what? Is it collecting the bodies of these electric wolves? Watching the wolves charge, Suo Mo told himself, now's not the time to question this. No matter what it is, it can't be worse than this. Then he took a deep breath and hit collect. Collection successful. Acquired level 2 talent attribute. Integrate now. The moment Suo Mo chose yes, his whole body was enveloped in an electric sphere. The sphere grew bigger and bigger, then exploded instantly, wiping out all electric wolves caught in the blast radius. I can feel it. I've got the talent to absorb the power of these beasts now. Suo Mo tried a basic move. The result took out a few more savage beasts, which caught him totally off guard. All his strength focused in his body, and the pain from the wounds seemed to vanish completely. His moves got way smoother, and their attacks seemed to slow down. Their fur wasn't as tough as before, no longer unbreakable. I can chop these beasts down, I should. No, I'm definitely gonna beat these beasts and protect Zhen Tixiwei. So I unleashed my power and charged straight at the pack of electric wolves, wiping them all out. Even though I don't know how strong my integrated talent is now, I just did it. The system screen popped up again, crunching the battle stats. Base power of the host is 1,527 pounds, plus host attribute power, thunder attribute, hitting 3,000 times 8,000 pounds. 3,000 pounds, that's mid-level martial artist strength. Thunder attribute talent is seriously insane. Just woke up, and my base power hit 1,500 pounds, then using thunder power doubled it. After integrating the talent, my body feels way stronger than before. Moving on to the next target, checking this month's collection goal. Still collecting, do you want to keep going? So, I didn't hesitate, and chose to keep collecting, gaining the savage beast's blood essence from the electric wolf. This got me hyped even more. Beast blood, the pure essence of beasts, the ultimate juice. This stuff boosts the body's training speed big time. Even though it's the lowest grade, it's still the perfect match for what I'm using. Let's see what else I can grab. I reached out toward the electric wolf. Resources are all drained, can't collect anymore. Only one target per month. Blood essence, physique, talent, and martial arts skills can all be collected during the target's lifetime. Only one target per month. The electric wolf's level is still too low. Gotta choose next month's target carefully. For now, first get Zhen Tixiwei back and leave the electric wolf. Can't collect resources anymore, but bringing back beast meat for a meal isn't bad at all. Zhen Tixiwei was unconscious all day, only waking up when she dreamed of me getting mauled to death by the electric wolf. While she was still groggy, clutching her throbbing head, she saw me nearby holding a bowl of soup, smiling. "You're awake, huh? Almost ready to eat." Tixiwei hesitated, but walked over to the table. "Did you make all this? By the way, how did we get home last night?" Who knows? She had way too many questions. "Eat first. Beast meat is great for a martial artist's body." Zhen Tixiwei obediently sat down, but didn't touch her chopsticks while I ate like a starving tiger. Nobody said a word. The awkward vibe was thick, and I wasn't used to it, so I decided to break the silence first. "That was seriously dangerous. Thank God an expedition crew passed by and saved us." Zhen Tixiwei stayed silent, just quickly picking up her chopsticks to eat. Basically, she's totally ghosting me. Being here clearly makes her super uncomfortable. "I'm done eating. I'm heading back to my room first. When you finish, remember to save some for later. Eating wild beast meat can chill your system." "Eat a bit more," she said, then Suo Mo turned and left. Watching Suo Mo's back, Zhen Tixiwei felt a bit of loss. It all felt like a fleeting dream. It was the first time Suo Mo cooked for her, and even talked to her. If this is a dream, I swear I never want to wake up. Suo Mo sighed deeply as he entered the room. Damn, the vibe between the boss and Zhen Tixiwei had gone ice cold. Neither knew how to deal with the other. It's not like they could just suddenly get along. No more thinking. If you want to survive till the end, you can't rely on anyone but yourself. Right now, the priority is leveling up my own strength. First, I gotta refine this wild beast blood. As soon as the beast's blood entered his body, Suo Mo felt his entire bloodstream about to explode. After a while, everything finally settled back to normal. Didn't expect the beast's blood to mess with my veins like that. Super uncomfortable. Next, I gotta focus on training to fully temper it. A month later, thanks to grinding hard, Suo Mo's stamina had improved a lot. But the control over his Hoquan skill still needed way more practice. The beast's blood was fully refined and absorbed. Now what's my power level? Suo Mo immediately pulled up the system stats. Calculating battle stats now. Base power 2,134. After adding attribute, boosts total power 4,198. This result made Suo Mo pretty stoked. His strength had jumped by over 600 pounds and his meridians had expanded a lot. Especially since the beast's blood alone added at least 400 pounds of power. Not bad at all. 1 month of no slacking, just eating, sleeping, and grinding like crazy. But now's not the time to chill. Even if my cultivation talent sucks, there are geniuses with insane talent whose progress is beyond anything I can imagine. But if I had an endless supply of beast blood, I could totally hit the lower warrior ranks within 6 months. During this time, Zhen Tixiwei wasn't slacking either. She threw herself into training hard. Looking at her stamina stats, she couldn't hide her disappointment. 8,635, just 1 month before the Academy's shooting test. This level of strength is straight up not enough. The two-headed serpent is a level 2 fierce beast. To help it, you need at least the cultivation level of a martial artist, and that means hitting at least 10,000 pounds. I'm still way off. Suddenly the image of Suo Mo being bitten to death by a fierce beast in a dream flashes back in Zhen Tixiwei's mind. No, I gotta become a martial artist. Suo Mo, just wait for me. The system says the heart of the two-headed serpent can change your physique. I'll definitely bring it back for you. The time for the shooting contest is coming up soon. Suo Mo spent a whole day at the Luo Duong security base's commercial district hunting for items to boost his physique. But after checking around, it was mostly just level 1 fierce beast corpses for sale. Even if collected, they don't improve talent or physique compared to what you have now. You need at least a level 2 fierce beast or higher. Not only did Suo Mo fail to find anything, he also ran into Cho Ki's crew, a bunch of ruthless, no-mercy punks. Han is truly a natural talent. His energy has long reached the peak mid-stage of martial arts, with strength hitting 6,000 pounds. Hans secretly had a crush on Zhen Tixiwei for a while, but she only cares about Suo Mo. So to Cho Ki, Suo Mo is like a thorn in his side. After trash-talking Suo Mo with their lackeys, they laughed and bounced. Before leaving, Shao Ki dropped a cryptic line about the shooting contest at the academy next month. If you're brave, come watch. Suo Mo got the message loud and clear. Han wants him dead. He needs to prep early, and having tough skin first would give him the upper hand. Trying to deal with Shao Ki by hunting level 2 fierce beasts won't cut it. The target has to be level 3. The beasts sold on the market are way too weak. Level 3, fierce beasts are almost non-existent. He needs a new plan. Just then, the universe sent a signal to Suo Mo. The wind-chasing assassins team is back. They just beheaded a powerful level 3 fierce beast. Go check it out, people around Suo Mo said excitedly as they rushed to see the recently killed level 3 electric dragon beast. Suo Mo got swept up in the crowd. It's definitely an electric dragon beast. Isn't this the fierce beast terrorizing the northern base? Word is, it's reached level 3, and it's brutally killed many martial artists. Some even got wiped out instantly. Suo Mo watched the wind-chasing assassins with awe. They're beasts. You can feel their pressure even from a distance. The crowd kept hyping up the wind-chasing assassins. Then a team member stood up and announced, "Our team is super strong. The captain is a martial master at the mid-level, capable of taking down level 3 fierce beasts. We're recruiting new members now. We want martial artists at the late stage or higher. If you have innate talent, you can even qualify at the junior stage, bottom tier." While Suo Mo wished he could join them, the system board suddenly popped up. Target level 3, fierce beast, electric dragon. Collectible. Proceed with collection. Found it. Suo Mo smiled smugly. This month's collection target is you. Can we get a glimpse of the level 3 fierce beast for the first time? A curious man asked a wind-chasing assassin member. The member happily agreed. Taking advantage of the moment, Suo Mo touched the electric dragon, successfully collecting its essence and leveling up his cultivation physique to the common rank. Back home, Suo immediately started fusing the dragon beast's essence blood. This fusion process hurt way more than last time, like times 10. Damn, it feels like my bones are breaking. I can feel warm blood spreading from my heart. The broken bone marrow and meridians are slowly healing. Every time they're broken and rebuilt, my strength boosts big time, repeating non-stop until it turns into muscle. As soon as the fusion felt complete, Suo tested his body. He could feel his moves getting faster, his body light as a feather, and his strength way stronger. No wonder physical training at the same level once is worth 10 times the power of last time's training. Now, it's even stronger. Good talent definitely needs a solid physique to shine. Time to crunch some battle stats. The base strength of the host is 2,659 kilograms. Adding the Thunder attribute power boosts the host to 5,270 kilograms. Base strength jumped 500 kilograms and training speed increased too. Keep this up, and in a month, I'm sure my top power can rival the martial artists from the back ranks. When the academy's shooting contest comes, Zhou Qi wants to kill me, so I gotta take him out first. Number 1. Luoyang Academy is the strongest martial arts school, with the best teachers in Luoyang. Students with excellent academics can study here through high school. But if you fail the physical talent test and can't become a martial artist, you get sent to the bottom-ranked 5th Academy. The school often organizes shooting range trials for students. These trials evaluate students' learning outcomes and give out trial rewards. Today's the shooting trial day at number 1, Luoyang Academy. Zhou Qi just arrived and already got mad props and shade from classmates. Zhou Qi really is our class genius. In such a short time, he's reached the peak of Central Region with a weight of 6,000 kilograms. In 2 months, his strength increased by 600 kilograms. Seriously scary. No cap, after he returns, he might get into the elite class. Zhou Qi chuckled humbly. Right then, a student shouted, "Yo, check it out, it's Suo, how dare he show up here?" Zhou Qi heard that and turned his head to see Suo walking into the crowd. Honestly, he's got no natural talent. Going to the shooting trial is basically suicide. I thought he got kicked to the 5th Academy already. How is he still here? Ahem, that's because he's got a good fiancée. The elite class's Chanzi Fi is protecting him or something. Maybe stepping on a girl is a skill too. Mad respect, mad respect. Suo heard all the gossip and trash talk from everyone. Still, he didn't react and just kept walking silently. Suddenly, Zhou Qi stepped up to block Suo's path, teasing him. "Aren't you the trash Suo? You actually showed up, how? Can't wait to see me cozy up with Chanzi Fi." Just as everyone got hyped to see how Suo would respond, a big vehicle, loaded with weapons, rolled up. A lackey hurried to tell Zhou Qi, "Boss, the teachers are here." Chao Kai temporarily let the department slide, then spun around and said, "You're dead tomorrow, but let's see if you can even survive this trial." On the big bus, 2 teachers stepped down. The one with glasses looked around and shouted, "All trainees line up by your numbers to get my signature, then board the bus. Hurry up, line up, one by one, report your status once on board." Registration was complete, and the trainees were loaded onto the big bus, leaving the academy. On the bus, the teacher with glasses announced, "This time, we're heading to the wild zone, outside the base." "Isn't the wild zone only for martial artists? How can we survive out there? Even martial artists might not make it. We're just disciples, so isn't this basically a death sentence?" Seeing the trainees worried, the teacher in blue spoke up, "Tran, and don't stress. We're going north of the city. The electric dragon beast, the only level 3 fierce beast there, was already taken down by a squad. After that, the base recruited more Blue Breath squads to clear out all level 2 and above fierce beasts, opening up a shooting zone, over 20 acres. The glasses-wearing teacher added, "Now, only level 1 fierce beasts remain there, perfect for the Academy's shooting trial. Teacher Lam and I will accompany you for protection. If you still don't want to go, you can leave right now." The trainees felt somewhat relieved. No one left, and no one complained anymore. The teacher with glasses nodded, slightly satisfied, then said, "Now, let's introduce the rules for the shooting trial. This trial uses a point system based on the power and level of fierce beasts defeated. Rewards go to the top 3. Those below 3rd place get nothing. 3rd place gets 1 level, 2 beast blood vial, 2nd place gets 2. 1st place gets 3 level 2 beast blood vials, plus a bronze level martial skill from the academy." Some trainees were totally shocked. Bronze level martial skill level 2 beast blood vials, these rewards are legit. Only geniuses can snag 1st place in this trial. Then the teacher in blue pulled out a talisman and said, "This is a communication charm. If you're in danger, just activate it. We'll get the signal and come rescue you. Don't get cocky just because you have this charm. The wild zone is super dangerous. Remember everything and move carefully." The glasses teacher clasped his hands behind his back and barked, "This shooting trial lasts the whole year. You can only leave after it ends. Got it." The trainees shouted back in unison, "Got it." Xiao Qi spun the charm in his hand and said, "I'm set with the martial skill and beast blood." One underling asked, "Boss, can we chill and train together?" Xiao Qi replied, "Step aside." The underling smirked, eyeing Xiao Qi, and thought, "Wanna kill me? You gotta get through Tran Tixiwei first." Backed by the powerful Xiao family from Liu Yang, Chao Kai's got some serious guts. So, Han has to die. To boost his rep, Xiao Qi is definitely gonna dive deep into the wild zone. That's the perfect chance to take Han out. After a while, the van dropped the trainees off at a dense forest. Since it's their first time in the wild zone, the trainees were all curious, checking out the surroundings and totally awestruck by the epic scenery. The teacher with glasses glanced at his wristwatch. "Time's up. The Academy's hunting trial is officially starting." As soon as the teacher finished speaking, a bunch of trainees jumped off the van, rushing in different directions. The teacher with glasses watched them go, nodding. "Not bad, not a single one dead yet." The teacher in blue spoke up, "That's Chao Kai, right? After all, she's backed by the Chao family's resources." The teacher with glasses agreed, "Yeah, among peers, she's probably unbeatable." Suo Mak was the last to get off the van. The teacher with glasses looked at him and asked, "Suo Mak, you sure you want to do this? Normal folks only have like a 1% survival chance in the wild zone." The teacher in blue also warned, "Level 1 beasts aren't something regular people can handle. Think twice." "Thanks, but what if I'm that 1%? Saying that, Suo Mak picked a direction and took off. The teacher with glasses frowned, "This kid's kinda different." The teacher in blue chuckled, "Oh man, this hunting trial's gonna be lit. Vitality doesn't just grant humans insane power and awaken genius, it can also mutate beasts and even plants, making them stronger. Danger always comes hand in hand with opportunity. like how the Little Wind Squad's hunting team snagged resources by hunting naturally. If Chowki's nowhere to be found, now might as well hunt some beasts first to test my combat skills. Decision made, Suo Mo started cautiously exploring around. But so far, no sign of any beasts. Just as he was complaining, a huge shadow suddenly loomed over him. He looked up and saw a monster opening its mouth, aiming right at him with its club. Suo Mo dodged the club strike and jumped back into the air. With just a glance, Suo Mo recognized the beast as a level 1 low-tier Iron Frost beast. Iron Frost beasts are fast attackers but have low endurance. The usual way to catch snakes is to wear down their stamina by constantly bothering them. The knowledge was taught like that, but with So Mo's current strength, it's a whole different story. He grinned, laying into the monster with an electric punch. The Iron Thorn Dog only managed a pitiful yelp before it was wiped out. After absorbing the beast's blood, So Mo's electric power surged, boosting his strength to over 6,000 pounds, comparable to a seasoned martial artist. But that Iron Thorn Dog was no real threat to him. Using the system to collect from low-level beasts was a waste. Better to just use the Academy's method to extract the beast's blood directly. Saying that, So Mo pulled out a glass tube, crouched beside the Iron Thorn Dog's corpse, and started collecting blood. But before he could finish, the blood scent attracted a bunch of other monsters. Without warning, they all charged at him. This actually worked in So Mo's favor. He grabbed his electric spear and spun around. Perfect timing. You guys just became my spear fodder. No cap. So Mo charged in swinging, and not a single monster could survive a hit from him. Time passed, and as dusk fell, So Mo had just finished off a 5-headed serpent monster. That was the 7th level 1 beast he'd taken down. He'd collected 5 portions of blood. So far today was looking pretty solid. Time to absorb some blood. Saying that, So Mo pulled out a glass tube filled with blood and poured it into his mouth. Feeling his body power up, So Mo thought blood is legit. Last time, even a little absorption boosted my strength. Too bad he could only use it once every 3 days. If only he could keep using it more often. Suddenly a scream rang out, help. So Mo turned toward the sound and saw a male student running toward him yelling about a giant bear attack. Buddy, save me. Quickly, the trees behind the student started crashing down as if something was tearing through them. A massive bear appeared roaring loudly, causing the student to lose balance and fall hard on the ground. So, Mo's eyes lit up. The giant furious bear, top-tier level 1 beast. The Academy's record said, wherever this bear shows up, there's definitely a spirit core nest nearby. Using spirit core essence can significantly reduce the digestion time when absorbing beast blood. This was exactly what he needed. While So Mo was thinking, the fallen student groaned, don't just stand there, let's kill it together. Afterward, we split the spirit core essence. Ignoring the student, So Mo pulled out his weapon, eyes locked on the giant furious bear with fierce determination. Spirit core essence, I'm getting it. The bear swung at the student as soon as it appeared. The student screamed in pain and rolled toward So Mo. Hey man, So Mo called out, but the student didn't respond, unclear if he was alive or dead. Then, So Mo shouted at the bear, you dare mess with me, let me show you how I slice. So Mo charged in with his weapon. The giant furious bear was insanely strong. He wasn't a match for raw power. He had to be careful. His electric attacks needed to hit straight and deep into the bear's organs and head. Knowing this, So Mo used his speed to circle the bear. Spotting an opening, he stabbed hard, activating his electric talent to shock the bear through the wound. The bear roared in pain. The electric shock pissed it off, making it even more furious, living up to its name. So Mo didn't take any risks and quickly backed off. The bear wasn't done. It raised a massive paw and slammed down on him. No way to dodge. So Mo braced himself, raising his arm to block. The impact hit like a cannonball, and he crashed hard to the ground. She gritted through the worst pain in her body, using her hands to push herself up. After getting pissed off, its attack power and speed ramped up. My speed just isn't enough, and my counterattacks are way too weak. If this keeps up, even if I don't get hit again, my strength won't keep up with it. While I was thinking that, I noticed a huge foot about to stomp on me. Not again, I freaked out, kicked hard, and flew out of the stomp's range, dodging it. But just dodging won't cut it. First, I gotta create an opening to strike its eyes, then limit its moves. Thinking that, I aimed my thunder lightning talent straight at the giant bear's eyes, making it instinctively clutch its face in pain. That's when I shouted and charged forward, stabbing one of the bear's feet with my spear and unleashing full power thunder lightning. The giant bear howled in pain, throwing its head back, then furiously slammed its back down toward me. The hit made me spit out a mouthful of blood, my vision blurred, and my body felt weak. Is this it, or do I still have some fight left? Suddenly, a surge of power exploded inside me, pushing back the dizziness. I guessed this feeling was the blood beast. Blood beasts collected directly aren't as pure as those gathered by the system. I just started absorbing it, and my strength is recovering. Power surged again. I regained confidence, staring the giant bear down, thinking, now, who's gonna win? Facing the bear's next attack, I chose to jump high and dodge. You bastard, die, I yelled, channeling all my strength into one punch and slammed it into the giant bear without hesitation. This time, I finally killed the giant bear. Exhausted, I panted, wiping the fresh blood off my fist and muttered, top-tier blood beasts are seriously OP. Just one hit can leave a person unable to fight back. Without the blood beast's power, I'd be dead right here. I concluded that speed is everything. If I could find the wind talent attribute, it might cover my weakness and boost my combat power to the next level. Suddenly, I sensed a sharp aura approaching. Turning my head, I saw Zhou Qi. Watching his speed, I thought, damn, he's fast. Almost like a blur, Zhou Qi must have the wind talent attribute. Zhou Qi arrived, checked out the giant bear's corpse, and the fallen student then spoke up. I could tell from afar there was a lot of noise here. Turns out you ran into a giant bear. Looks like this student was fighting the bear, but sadly, they both ended up dead. Pretty much made things easier for trash like you. Zhou Qi held up a glowing blue orb, smirking dangerously at me. You really picked the wrong time to nap. So Suo Mo, you still let me run into them? Zhou Qi started spinning lies. What a shame this student fought hard and finally killed the bear. But you took advantage of your friend's weakness and cold-bloodedly killed them. I just happened to walk by, saw your ruthless move, and man, I was mad as hell, ready to chop your head off first. Tell me, does this sound like a cool story or what? I stayed silent. Zhou Qi crossed his arms and said, honestly, we didn't have beef before, but too bad, you're engaged to Zhen Tixiwei. That's your luck, but definitely not the luck of a weakling like you. Suo Mo said bluntly, you're right. Zhou Qi asked in surprise, what did you say? You're not thinking you're about to die and just trying to go along with me to save your own skin, right? That's not happening. You misunderstood me. What I mean is, there's no deep grudge between us, but Zhen Tixiwei is my fiancée. So I'm just gonna have to take you down. Without hesitation, Suo Mo charged straight at Zhou Qi. Zhou Qi dodged to the side. When he noticed lightning crackling along Suo Mo's weapon, he was shocked and demanded, what? You have a lightning affinity, then why do you always pretend to be just a regular guy? So fast. Is this the speed of a wind affinity talent? While Suo Mo was still amazed, he suddenly realized Zhou Qi was wielding a sword, charged with wind affinity, slashing toward him. No time to dodge, Suo Mo thought quickly and activated his lightning talent to block the attack. The two forces clashed mid-air, causing a small explosion. Still, some lightning bolts pierced through toward Zhou Qi. They got through my windshield. No way. Zhou Qi quickly bounced off nearby trees, using them to escape. He stopped on a big branch, glaring at Suo Mo, and shouted, how could you break my wind sword like that? Your power is late-stage martial artist level. You're basically a useless loser who can't even train properly. How could that be possible? Suo Mo replied, what you see isn't the whole truth. Can you even handle this? Inside, Suo Mo felt a flicker of excitement. He had been practicing precise control over his lightning talent and could finally use it now. So Suo Mo summoned several lightning orbs and fired them at Zhou Qi. Seeing the lightning orbs coming, Zhou Qi was startled and guessed, this control over talent is beyond late-stage martial artist. He didn't dare face Suo Mo head-on anymore. Using his speed, he kept bouncing between trees to dodge. So, what if you're late stage? I have wind affinity talent. You can't even touch me. Suo Mo didn't reply. He kept controlling the lightning orbs to chase Zhou Qi. Suddenly, Zhou Qi vanished from Suo Mo's sight. In a flash, he appeared behind Suo Mo, swinging his sword down. I can still cut you down. Suo Mo's eyes widened as he glanced back. The surprise was so sudden he barely managed to dodge. Still, he got a small cut on his face. Haha, that's the difference between us, Zhou Qi laughed mockingly. Die, you useless loser. Zhou Qi grinned wickedly, sword glowing in hand. Using his speed, he attacked from all angles, making it hard for Suo Mo to defend. Suo Mo could only activate his talent to create two passive lightning nets around himself for protection. He knew Zhou Qi was right. High-power attacks mean nothing if you can't hit the target. Plus, with Zhou Qi's speed, even if each hit only caused a small wound, sooner or later, he'd wear Suo Mo down. Not just speed, Zhou Qi's reflexes were way above average. That's why Suo Mo was determined to get his hands on Zhou Qi's wind affinity talent. Zhou Qi wanted to kill him. No matter how he moved, the final strike would be close by. So he could predict Zhou Qi's moves. Thinking this, Suo Mo maintained his lightning nets to defend. On one side, he closed his eyes, sensing the last spot where the guy appeared was at 9 o'clock. His attack frequency was about every 4 to 6 seconds. Based on his attack pattern, the next move would be Following the guess in his mind, Suo Mo opened his eyes wide. He conjured a lightning element bow, pulled the string aimed in a direction, and shouted, "Right here." At lightning speed, the electric arrow shot straight toward Zhou Qi's current position. No way out now. Thinking this, Zhou Qi couldn't react at all. He could only helplessly watch the arrow grow larger in his sight. Zhou Qi's scream echoed as the electric arrow pierced his chest, sending him flying backward into a huge tree. A gasp escaped his mouth. No way. Suo Mo exhaled deeply, his prediction spot on. Lucky break, it would have been way worse if he kept wasting energy. Zhou Qi was badly injured, unable to do anything but sit on the ground, eyes full of fear, staring at Suo Mo yelling, "You're just a straight-up loser. How could I lose to a straight-up loser like you, Suo Mo? Just wait, I'll be back for you." Suo Mo stepped forward and stomped on Zhou Qi, silencing him instantly. His gaze looked at him like he was already dead. Seeing Suo Mo's eyes, a thought flashed through Zhou Qi's mind. Disbelief filled him as he gritted his teeth. You want to kill me?" Suo Mo said nothing but started charging lightning around his weapon. This only confirmed Zhou Qi's fear. He shouted threats. "You can't kill me. My dad's the strongest late-stage martial artist. If you kill me, he'll never forgive you." Seeing Suo Mo stay silent, Zhou Qi quickly grabbed his leg, begging, I got good stuff on me, I can give it to you." Calmly, Suo Mo didn't hesitate and slashed Zhou Qi's neck, sending him to the afterlife. System notification. Target Zhou Qi collected. Proceeding with collection. Suo Mo agreed, and from Zhou Qi's corpse, a soul orb floated out and landed in his hand. Obtaining the wind attribute talent, Suo Mo chose a nearby patch of land, sat down cross-legged and began merging it. The process didn't take long before it was complete. Suo Mo's spirit eyes snapped wide open. His whole body felt like a gust of wind, rushing back and forth at lightning speed, making him super hyped so fast. It felt like his body was one with the wind. His speed tripled compared to before. Even his control and agility shot up. After testing the new talent, Suo Mo landed beside Zhou Qi's body. No doubt about it, the wind attribute talent is seriously powerful. I wonder what else I can collect. Full of anticipation, Suo Mo reached toward Zhou Qi's corpse and activated the system's function. Quickly, another skill popped up in his hand. Checking it out, he exclaimed, "Martial skill," and no joke, a beginner-level martial skill. Could it be that the collection skill doesn't just grab talents and physical stats, but also the skills the dead learned while alive? Then Suo Mo smiled happily. This collection system is way too OP. The reward for first place in this martial arts essay contest was just a single sword technique skill. Saying that, Suo Mo absorbed the skill into his body. After fully comprehending it, Suo Mo gained a new skill. In his mind, the Void Wind Slash had 3 levels. Mastering the first level would add a layer of Pain Tiger over the blade. Only at the 3rd level could one truly access the light of the pain entity. The skill was currently at the 1st level. His slash only glowed faintly, but its power wasn't weak. If he trained to the 3rd level, the attack range of the Void Wind Slash could reach 30 meters. Still, it was a solid skill. Suddenly, a system panel popped up in front of Suo Mo, checking for special items collected. Collect special item, yes or no. Suo Mo decided special item means he had to grab it and see what's up. The system notified him of successful collection, a treasure map. A treasure map. Even the system could collect this. He was curious what secrets this special item held that made it so memorable. Without hesitation, Suo Mo unfolded the treasure map and gasped in surprise. The treasure map clearly marks the cave's depths with annotations inside the cave. During exploration, other secrets needing discovery were found, including rumors of 50,000 soldiers and suspected treasure caches. 50,000 soldiers. Rumor has it that martial artists who use this can enhance their innate physical treasures. Didn't expect such a haul. Definitely gotta check out the cave's depths. After deciding, Suo Mo glanced down and softly said, "Behind the cave depths lies the Liu Yangchao family, not something I can mess with. I can't let anyone find out I killed Chaoji." Suo Mo sat down, stretched out his hand and chuckled. "Looks like I've been here long enough. Hey, before that, let's see if he's got any good stuff on him. Can't let anything go to waste." Night fell. At a tree hollow, Suo Mo finished collecting the last drop of the wind spirit's essence. Holding the vial, Suo Mo muttered, "Damn, such a big guy, but only half a pound of wind spirit essence to show for it. At most, this could support my training for 10 days. Then Suo Mo spread a cloth on the ground and laid out all his loot from today to take stock. Besides the wind spirit essence, he had 21 beast blood vials, 6 from the giant bear and the berserker, 8 from the classmate killed by the bear, and 7 from other fierce beasts. Strangely, besides a sword and a pouch, Chaoji had nothing else on him. Suo Mo picked up the pouch to check it out. The pouch felt a bit like beast hide. Come to think of it, when I first met Chao Ji, he wasn't carrying a sword, so where did this sword come from? Could it be? Suo Mo tried channeling his energy into the pouch in his hand. Instantly, the pouch's mouth popped open. Inside is a separate space containing a mountain of primal stones, along with a few other items. After the great changes in heaven and earth, primal stones were formed by nurturing primal energy, producing special minerals. This special energy can be absorbed by martial artists and is used as currency among them. Suo Mo excitedly said, "This is definitely a storage pouch, no wonder it's from the Zhou family. Even an average martial master probably couldn't afford this item. Primal stone, A grade, though I'm broke right now, I'm seriously short on primal stones. There are at least 600 primal stones here, plus 11 parts of blood beasts, 3 of which are level 2 blood beasts. This Zhou guy really is a money tree accepted." "Alright," Suo Mo said, stuffing all the items into the storage pouch. Holding the storage pouch, Suo Mo thought, "I can't let this thing get out. In a small place like the Luoyang base, very few people can share this." Next, Suo Mo took out a vial of primal spirit wind elixir, opened it, and softly said, "First, let's test the effect of this primal spirit wind elixir." Suo Mo took a sip of the primal spirit wind elixir, closed his eyes, and began refining and absorbing the book. Unlike when using blood beasts, Suo Mo now felt a warm electric current flowing inside, much gentler than the tiny stab of pain before. Quickly, the absorption was complete. Suo Mo clenched his fists and smiled, just a small sip of primal spirit wind elixir. Normally, digesting a blood beast takes 3 days, but I managed to fully digest it in a short time. If I had an endless supply of primal spirit wind elixir, I could swallow blood beasts without any limits. Then Suo Mo took out a blood beast part, shook it, and said, "Let's keep going. Gotta level up before exploring the blood nest after dawn." Following the system's guidance, Suo Mo headed to the blood nest of the Earth core. From the current state, it looked like this place had been thoroughly investigated and cleaned out. Ordinary people wouldn't suspect that this place still held treasures of heaven and earth. The Zhou family is seriously slick, managing to hide clues right under the investigation team's noses. Suo Mo went deeper into the cave. After about 10 minutes, the system suddenly popped up. A reminder, system hint, there's a star wall on the right. Curious, Suo Mo touched the spot the system indicated. Sure enough, it was just a hologram. Is this some kind of eye trick technique or naturally formed? Didn't expect the system to break even eye trick illusions. That's legit. Behind the wall was a small cave with a 1,000-year spirit pond and a small jade orb floating in midair. Suo Mo couldn't hide his curiosity and moved closer to check out the jade orb. What's this? Could it be an accessory of the 1,000-year spirit pond? It's said that places producing treasures of heaven and earth always have spiritual artifacts. I'll take it first, research later. Suo Mo stuffed the orb into his pouch and started studying the 1,000-year spirit pond. The book says, how to use this thing. Soak it into the meat, or something. Thinking that, Suo Mo immediately stripped and jumped into the 1,000-year spirit pond. Soon after, he began feeling changes in his body. Weird, this feeling is vague, but intense. It's like the life and death emotions of 1,000-year-old creatures on this land are all contained here, converging into a powerful force, full of fighting spirit flowing into his body. It's heavy, carrying the bloody scent, yet endless. Feeling the moment of full absorption, Suo Mak pulled his arms away from the lake. But with that strength, instead of just leaving the water's surface, his body shot way up high, making Suo Mak a bit uneasy. The Thuk Tin Fong seems to have fully merged into his body, the weight almost unbearable. If that's the case, what about Tin Fu and the chat? Checking the main Thuk Tin now. The chat high-level training. Tin Fu high-grade Thuk Tin Tin Fu. High-grade Thuk Tin Tin Fu Fong, no wonder it's a 1,000-year Lin Tui. Last night, even after absorbing 4 blood beast vials, I couldn't boost my base power to 500. Yet now both the chat training and Thuk Tin Tien Fu have leveled up. Although the 1,000-year Lin Tui only works the first time, it's still a nice backup stash. The rest here, who knows, maybe someone will come for it later. After taking some 1,000-year Lin Tui and putting it in a vial, Suo Mak immediately left the cave to continue his beast hunting grind. The trial still has 3 days left. Gotta hustle before the beast hunt ends to push my power to the next level. 3 days later, the trainees returned to the gathering point to check in. The teacher evaluated their achievements based on the items the trainees brought back. While AI was sure Chao Kai would snag first place, Suo Mak suddenly stepped out from the crowd. Suo Mak, he's alive and leaving the beast hunt zone. Under the shocked and curious gazes, Suo Mak walked up to register his results. After inventory, the teacher in the blue jacket loudly announced a total score of 1,003 points. The trainees gasped again. What 1,003 points? No way. That trash. Did he somehow scavenge something? The glasses-wearing teacher glanced at the clock and shouted, "Time's up, this beast hunt trial for the trainees is over." Everyone knew what Chao Qi's absence meant. Some trainees started to panic. Chao Kai really didn't show up. Damn, did something happen to him? Suo Mo definitely scavenged the blood beast materials Chao Kai had hunted. All suspicion fell on Suo Mo. The glasses-wearing teacher asked seriously Suo Mo, "Did you see Chao Qi inside the zone?" "No," so Mac replied calmly. "If you're not telling the truth, then where did you get those beast materials from?" "Of course I hunted them myself." The teacher with glasses was about to continue the exam, but the teacher in the fancy coat stepped forward to calmly intervene. Although it was a shame for Chao Qi, so Mac's power clearly couldn't have killed him. The teacher said, "You're right." In that case, the teacher with glasses turned to the students and announced, "The top rank of this hunting trial goes to Suo Mo. The rewards for the trial will be handed out at the academy. This place is dangerous. The thing that killed Chao Kai is here, so don't stay long. Everyone get on the bus. We're heading back to school immediately." The students quickly obeyed the teacher, lining up and hopping onto the bus. When it was Suo Mo's turn, the teacher with glasses called him over and warned, "Chao Qi is dead, yet you managed to hunt so many beasts. The Chao family won't believe you had nothing to do with his death. After you collect your reward, go straight home. It's best if you don't go outside for a few days." Sure enough, that night, after hearing the report from his subordinates, Chuang's face darkened as he asked, "You said what?" "Chao Qi, my son, disappeared during the academy's hunting trial. His body is nowhere to be found." Chao Nian, a master martial artist from the Chao family, replied, "Yes, the academy confirmed that. They couldn't find the young master's corpse. He was probably killed by some ferocious beast. Strangely, the champion of this trial was a cripple who couldn't cultivate, and he always had beef with the young master over some woman. A cripple, crowned champion. That pissed Chuang off so much, he crushed his white pet's head in rage. If that cripple's really involved with that girl, then the secret treasure I told Chao Kai to find is probably in his hands." Thinking this, Chuang immediately issued a family order. "There's definitely some demon behind this. Bring that guy to me." So Mac headed to the abandoned zone outside the base and opened the system window to check. Calculating battle stats now. Basic strength of the host is 19,700 pounds. Lightning attribute boost strength is 19,700 pounds. It's been almost a month since returning from the hunting trial. By the 15th round, basic strength had risen to 19,700 pounds. Just one step away from the martial artist realm, but for over 10 days straight, there was no further increase. Thinking it over, I've probably hit the peak of martial artist level. The trial rewards, just training my agility to switch up the feel. So Mac practiced his lightning-fast footwork, focusing most of his energy into his feet and spreading the rest throughout his body. East, southeast, west, so Mac's steps were sharp and precise. He had to control his energy and watch his breathing carefully. Every body change, even rapid heartbeat control, mattered. For an average martial artist, this would be a tough intro to master. But now, having this wind attribute agility skill feels like it was tailor-made just for me. My mind's been blown. With just a bit of effort, I can easily hop across rooftops like it's nothing. Short-range teleportation, combined with the illusion technique, that's gotta be clutch in real combat. Let's try again. Sormak pumped himself up, then kept training until he was totally wiped out. Just as Sormak was about to head back, Khan Niem showed up. "You're Sir Mok, right? This old man from YOOO is here on orders from the elder to invite you over for dinner." Sir Mok stayed on guard and replied, "I don't know your old man, and I'm not interested in making friends." Still, the old man said, "You should leave now. I gotta get back. My old man is Xiao Tan, a late-stage martial artist, probably gonna become a master someday. Even by Lu Dung standards, he's pretty strong. Seriously, you won't even give me face." Xiao Tan, Chao Qi's dad. "Looks like the Xiao family's already got their eyes on me." Thinking to himself, Sir Mok bluntly replied, "If your old man personally came here, I'd give him some respect, but you, not so much. Kid, you're clueless, don't want the invite but still want a drink, that's just asking for trouble. If that's how it is, I'll just drag you to the elder myself." Saying that, Khan Niem lunged at Sir Mok. Sir Mok immediately used his new teleport skill to dodge the old man's attack. His agility's unreal. Wait, how the hell did he train like this? Khan Niem glanced at Sir Mok, then recognized something familiar. The fighting sword of young master Shou Qi. The old man wasn't lying, the young master's death was definitely connected to someone. Khan Niem charged again, trying to grab Sir Mok, but only hit his afterimage. Now, Sir Mok didn't hold back. He unleashed a level 1 breaker strike straight at Khan Niem. "What? How do you know? The young master's sword technique, kid. What did you do to the young master? Speak up." Khan Niem attacked with a palm strike. "Wanna know? Then let me send you down to ask him." Watching Surmok's sword moves, Kan Niem couldn't help but shout, "You've got the wind attribute, just like the young master, but how is your sword stronger? Bring him in for questioning." Early-stage martial artists with wind affinity usually only reach low-level talent. My talent's already high level, so my quality's top tier, no need to fear him. Surmok sized up his opponent, then deliberately left an opening to trap Kan Niem, finally blasting him with a lightning-fast strike. This early-stage fighter in front of me can't resist at all. Looks like my current power can match a mid-stage or even late-stage martial artist. But now that Xiao Tan's got his eye on me, it's likely he'll come after me himself. He's been a late-stage fighter for years. Right now, I'm no match for him. I really want to level up from martial disciple to martial artist as soon as possible. Maybe the only way is to dive deep into the wasteland and break my limits in battle. The very next morning, Surmok headed straight to the reinforcement hall to gear up with all the essentials before heading into the wasteland expedition. Speaking of the fighter's supply hall, this is the go-to spot for warriors before heading out to the outer field. Fighters trade supplies, share intel, and can pick up missions from various factions or individuals here to earn rewards. If you want to train in the wasteland, you gotta prep well with potions, weapons, and daily essentials. Best to buy everything you might need before you roll out. Wang Yi, wearing his usual gear, glanced at the massive shop ahead, Tuingok Tower. It's apparently a famous merchant alliance hub. So, he didn't hesitate and stepped inside using his gray pearl spirit stones to buy the necessary gear. Just as he was about to leave, he heard a commotion nearby. "Please don't keep grabbing my shirt, just go. It's not that I don't want to help, but your mission's way too tough." The two-headed viper is a level 2 common fierce beast, at least requiring a mid-level fighter's strength to handle. The pink-haired girl clung to the fighter's shirt, begging, "Please, I'll give you the fierce beast's proof and all my spirit stones. Go find someone else." The fighter rejected her, then flicked his hand, making her fall. Curious onlookers gathered, starting to gossip. Poor girl, so young and already orphaned. She was raised by foster parents who are now sick too. To cure their illness, you need the heart of a two-headed viper, a level 2 fierce beast who dare go after that. If you had a fat stack of cash, maybe a high-level fighter would take the job, but she only has a few fierce beast eggs that are over a decade old. Scared but thinking quietly, a level 2 fierce beast. With his current strength, it's not impossible to give it a shot. He recalled that two-headed vipers live in the Great Tree Mountain, which just so happens to be his next destination. This girl's pitiful. Since I've seen it, I should lend a hand. Decision made. Scared Muck stepped closer and asked, "Is your mission still active?" The pink-haired girl nodded eagerly. "Yes, it's still on. Do you want to take it?" Hearing this, she nearly burst into tears, thanking him profusely. Scared Mock grabbed her hand, smiled, and told her to wait at home for his update. Scared Mock's move made the crowd go wild. There's still folks who take on these kinds of missions. Pretty bold, huh? Hey, maybe they saw the girl doing well and decided to step up. An old lady and a young woman watched everything from afar. Seeing the girl staring intently at Scared Mock, the old lady asked, "Miss, should I step in and stop that young guy? If someone's already taken the job, no need for us to interfere," the girl replied. The old lady nodded knowingly, then couldn't help but praise. "Honestly, that young man's character isn't bad. These missions usually go to waste, but he's willing to try. Pretty rare these days." The young woman kept her eyes on Scared Mock, smiling. "Exactly." Preparations done 2 days later, Scared Mock headed straight to the wasteland of Great Tree Mountain. Within a 20-mile radius from the Luyang base, it's a pretty safe zone, also the usual training spot for the cadets at the base. The desolate area near the Ludung base is the Great Bamboo Mountain, located hundreds of miles away. This spot is also the prime training ground for martial artists stationed at the Ludung base, perfect for honing skills and sparring. After half a day of non-stop fighting against dozens of iron wire horse beasts and low-level ferocious animals, the training results were clearly visible. Right now, the enhancement of the Heavenly Thunder talent is in effect. Surmok's strength can reach up to 50,000 kilograms. Breaking through to the second realm hurts like hell, and even the human body approaches the breakthrough limit. Surmok kept slaying the beasts, silently making a decision in his heart. Once he breaks through to a martial artist, he'll go find Mangjia and settle the score. Meanwhile, at Ludung Academy, number 1, the announcement for the Academy's grand training event was underway. Some students noticed a group approaching and started whispering among themselves. "Yo, who are those guys? They look like trouble you don't want to mess with." To stop the students from wondering, the headmaster of Ludung Academy number 1, a grandmaster-level martial artist, stepped up to the podium. "Dear students, this year's hunting competition is a bit different from previous years. This year, the Ludung base will team up with the Tringfong base for a 2-city training event. This hunting trial won't just include our academy's students, but also other academies and martial clubs within the base. Plus, all the martial artists from the Trungfong base will join in. What? A two-city trial. All academies and clubs from both bases are participating. This event's scale is massive. The rewards for this two-city trial are huge, but so is the danger. Understanding the students' concerns, the headmaster continued, I know what you're worried about. The trial area is around the Great Bamboo Mountain. You all know how dangerous it is without me having to explain. So, for this trial, students can form teams freely or even opt out. Of course, with opportunity comes risk. Both bases have put up generous rewards for this trial. The top 10 teams or individuals will receive unlimited prizes, including treasure bags, martial scrolls, blood beasts, and spirit stones. Hearing this, the students almost lost it with excitement. The ones who stand to gain the most from this trial are the strongest fighters. Not to mention the elite students from Luduong Academy No. 1, where Zhen Tixiwei is enrolled. While his classmates buzzed with hype about the trial, Zhen Tixiwei stayed silent. He scanned the area, and after confirming no sign of that person, he breathed a quiet sigh of relief. Surmak didn't show up, which was for the best. Such a dangerous trial wasn't suited for him. 3 days ago, I smoothly broke into the martial artist realm. My strength has skyrocketed since then. 3 days ago, I smoothly broke into the martial realm, and my strength just skyrocketed. This trial run has to be nailed within 10 minutes, and at the same time, kill the two-headed snake to get its venom. Only then can Suo Mo have a shot at changing his talent. While Zhen Tixiwei was deep in thought, a shout from afar snapped her back to attention. Xu Guan, the top fighter of the Feng Egg base, was now stepping on a few students from Academy No. 1, Liu Yang. Ha, he laughed, saying the Liu Yang base is seriously running out of people these days, not even one who knows how to fight. They said they'd head to Daishu Mountain, and just 1 or 2 guys got scared stiff like a whole squad. 2 of his classmates chimed in too. The strongest fighter at Feng Egg Base, we've got high-level Dao cultivation talent. Xu Guan is now a mid-tier martial artist with real power. It's really a blessing for you guys to hear Xu Guan's take on the wastefulness at Liu Yang Base. 2 other students from Liu Yang Academy got fired up hearing that and shouted, "What did you just say? You dare disrespect us. Wait till the trial starts, and we'll show you what real talk sounds like." Xu Guan clicked his tongue, then swung his sword hard at the 2 students. You're lucky those 2 got saved. Zhen Tixiwei jumped in just in time to block the blow and saved their skins. She coldly said, "Your Xu Guan right fighting's banned in the academy." Xu Guan's eyes lit up with interest as he looked at Zhen Tixiwei, surprised that even this small Liu Yang base had such a stunning beauty. Just then, a female teacher called out, "Hey, what are you guys doing? Stop now, we're about to start." Xu Guan grumbled, but reluctantly dropped his weapon. Before leaving, he told Zhen Tixiwei, "Little beauty Daishu Mountain, we're coming for you." Back to the main guy. After 2 days of intense training at Daishu Mountain, Suo Mo finally broke through to martial artist level with a core strength of 17,710 kilograms and wind and lightning attributes, totaling 71,235 kilograms. With this power, after applying the lightning and wind attributes, I can take on mid-level martial artists now. I'm no longer a weakling. I'm almost back on track. But before heading out, Suo Mo noticed 2 blood-red eyes glowing in the shadows. The plan was to train while sneaking up on the two-headed snake's lair, but before I could find it, it got agitated and was lured here by my breakthrough. The giant two-headed snake didn't bother hiding anymore and appeared right in front of Suo Mo. Mid-level 2 with that breath, it's clearly reached high-level Fierce Beast 2, comparable to a late-stage martial artist. While Suo Mo silently assessed the two-headed snake, it couldn't retreat and spat venom at him. Suo Mo quickly jumped back to dodge. Sensing danger, he turned around and saw the other head of the two-headed snake, opening its mouth to spit venom. Reacting fast, Suo Mo switched his stance, jumped onto the snake's head, and used it as a springboard to leap high. At that moment, the remaining head blew out a cloud of purple smoke. Poison gas, bad news. This smoke will paralyze anyone who breathes it in. Suo Mo immediately used his wind attribute technique to blow the smoke away, all while calculating in his head. The 2 heads of the snake coordinate perfectly. Every attack pushes me toward the other head's direction. I can't let it catch my movement path. Taking advantage of Suo Mo's distraction, the two-headed snake's eyes quickly slithered in and bit a chunk out of Suo Mo's body. Luckily, Grandpa carried him, so it only managed to bite a corner of Suo Mo's shirt. The current speed is seriously off. If this keeps up, it'll just drain my energy. I can't keep running. Gotta focus all my energy into my legs and use the remaining strength to break through the secret realm to martial artist level, blasting into the 2nd tier of the Void Serenity technique. The two-headed snake opened its mouth again to attack Suo Mo, but just as it thought it succeeded, Suo Mo suddenly vanished. While the two snake heads frantically searched for the sword wielder, Suo Mo appeared out of nowhere and chopped off one of the snake heads. Seeing this, the remaining head went berserk and sprayed venom wildly. Thanks to focusing all his energy, Suo Mo successfully reached the second tier of the Void Serenity technique, nearly doubling his speed. At this speed, Suo Mo can easily dodge the two-headed snake's attacks. In other words, he's basically invisible to it now, and he can handle its venom strikes with ease. So it wasn't long before the last head of the two-headed snake was also taken down by Suo Mo. Good thing the Void Serenity technique was broken during the fight, otherwise this two-headed snake would have been a real pain to deal with. Suo Mo exhaled deeply, then started gathering the snake's corpse. Snake hearts are valuable items for that girl's missions, and snake venom is great for the body, so he needed to collect those too. Getting 2 vials of beast blood isn't bad at all. Gotta grab the snake scales too, I feel like they could make some solid armor. No way I'm wasting all this hard work without drinking up. A level 2 high-grade beast is worth 100 low-level ones after all. Time to head back. Once I hit martial artist stage, I gotta hit the main hall and find some better cultivation techniques. Just then, a girl's panicked scream echoed, saving the day. Right after a girl with injuries burst out from the forest, sprinting to escape the savage beasts chasing her. Seeing this, Suo Mo charged toward her, and with just a few basic moves, wiped out the wild beasts. I'm Suo Mo, fiancé of Zhen Tixiwei. Without waiting for a reply, Suo Mo asked the girl, aren't you Du Tin from the Demon Cluster class? What are you doing here? Mentioning the Demon Cluster class seemed to snap the girl awake. She grabbed Suo Mo's hand and said, we ran into the Gale Wolves in the garden. And the Shu Guan too. Suo Mo. Zhen Tixiwei is in serious danger right now. You gotta go save her. Suo Mo immediately gripped Du Tin's wrist tightly and asked urgently, what did you say? What happened to Zhen Tixiwei? Suo Mo's sudden urgency surprised Du Tin. Was this really the Suo Mo that Zhen Tixiwei always protected? Isn't he supposed to be unable to cultivate? How could he take down a low-level 2-star, Gale Wolf? This power level looks like late martial artist stage for sure. Du Tin froze for a moment, making Suo Mo realize his reaction was a bit over the top. He quickly apologized, loosened his grip, then pressed her for details about what really happened to him and Zhen Tixiwei. This time, our academy's competition was changed to a trial in 2 cities near the Gale base, which is inside this mountain continent. I was strolling with Zhen Tixiwei, collecting wind spirit herbs, when suddenly, a pack of Gale wolves ambushed us. Zhen Tixiwei barely managed to protect me, and was trying to break through the encirclement, but then the Shu Guan from Gale base sent people to block us. Zhen Tixiwei held off the Shu Guan so I could run and find others in the elite class for backup, but she got injured while I was gone. Suo Mo, you gotta go save her. Our location is about 10 li southeast from here. Of course I'm going. You rest a bit, then go find the others in the elite class. Suo Mo handed Du Tin a vial of healing potion and immediately took off. Du Tin glanced at Sumak's shadow, a weird feeling stirring inside him. What the heck is going on? He was originally rattled by being branded a rogue and Hua Quan's threats, but seeing Sumak calmed him down big time. It felt like if it was him, he could definitely save Zhen Tixiwei. Meanwhile, elsewhere, after witnessing Zhen Tixiwei take down a bunch of his men, Hua Quan started to see her in a new light. So he began to sweet talk. Hey gorgeous, I told you your Luoyang base is full of dead weight. You've hurt a lot of my men, so you're pretty tough. If you roll with me, you've got a bright future ahead. Zhen Tixiwei scoffed. You're just a petty snake trying to fish in muddy waters, using wild beasts to ambush us. What kind of big shot do you think you are? Hua Quan laughed out loud. Ha, smart girl, I like that. Then suddenly he lunged at Zhen Tixiwei, acting all cocky and aggressive. Wanna see the difference between you and me? Already injured, just one move from Hua Quan sent Zhen Tixiwei flying. Watching her struggle on the ground, Hua Quan smirked. Seeing you this weak makes me kinda pity you. Last chance, wanna join me or what? Zhen Tixiwei's fierce glare was all the answer Hua Quan needed. Since I awakened my high-level Dao talent and ranked first in the Langfeng base, no one's ever said no to me. If you're not interested, no pressure. I'll grant your wish and see you off. Just as Zhen Tixiwei closed her eyes ready to accept death, Sumak appeared like a god smashing Hua Quan's attack. The strike was so fierce it sent Hua Quan flying backward. Looking at his bloody hand, Hua Quan was low-key shook. Sumak's speed and power were insane. Calm down, Hua Quan snapped at Sumak. I've reached the peak martial realm. How the hell can you suppress me? Since when did Luoyang base get someone like you? Who the hell are you? Sumak fired back, powering up to show Hua Quan what a real fight looks like. That voice sounded kinda familiar. Tran Tixiwei opened her eyes, but the savior was facing away, so she couldn't tell if it was really Suo Mo. Hua Quan started launching a skill attack at Suo Mo. With his high-level Dao talent and water attribute mastery, Hua Quan was a beast. Suo Mo calculated quickly but realized Tran Tixiwei was still behind him, so he couldn't attack, only defend. Suo Mo swiftly blocked Hua Quan's strike with his sword. Unfortunately, some of Hua Quan's energy still hit Tran Tixiwei's head, knocking her out. Seeing this, Suo Mo got mad and counterattacked, hard catching Hua Quan off guard, and taking him down in no time. First thing Suo Mo did after was loot the spoils. Sure enough, Hua Quan carried some treasure scrolls. Looks like he had everything. Damn, for real, there were tons of high-grade spirit stones and wild beast materials. Tran Tixiwei was badly hurt, but with these treasure scrolls and materials, she'd crush this cultivation trial. But first they had to deal with Hua Quan's body to make sure Tran Tixiwei wouldn't get any trouble. Wait a bit longer, then bring her to a safe spot. After that, find a place to harmonize the newly acquired innate talent and see what else can be collected now. Collection successful. Obtained advanced pain technique innate talent. Do you want to harmonize it? Right after collecting the pain technique talent, Suo Mo tried a few basic moves. I can feel the breath of the pain sword, the mission of the pain sword, even its very breath. Just then, a wind-chasing wolf appeared, and Suo Mo targeted it one slash, sent the beast packing. The Twin Thunder Pain Blade, collected from Shu Guan, is pretty scarce. The collection isn't from his innate talent, but from his pain technique. Shu Guan truly lives up to being the top dog of the Storm Base. The Twin Thunder Pain Blade is even a platinum-grade weapon. Collected top-tier wind attribute skill, level 2, Void Serenity, set common-grade bronze-level attack-breaking weapon, and the Twin Thunder Pain Blade is even a platinum-grade weapon. Collected top-tier wind attribute skill, level 2 Void Serenity, set common-grade bronze-level attack-breaking weapon, and the Twin Thunder Pain Blade is even a platinum-grade weapon. Collected top-tier wind attribute skill, level 2, Void Serenity, set common-grade bronze-level attack-breaking weapon, and the Twin Thunder Pain Blade is a basic platinum-grade weapon. The cultivation effect isn't bad either, looks like it's back to normal. Speaking of which, Suo Mo glanced at the battered pain sword in his hand. The pain battle seems off. Better swap it out. It's been a month. That girl must be losing her patience. 2 days later, at the Warrior Supply Hall, as usual, the pink-haired girl sat in the waiting area, eyes fixed on Suo Mo's return. Every time someone stepped through the door into the hall, she looked up, but it was never the person she was waiting for. More than a month has passed, and Suo Mo still hasn't shown up. A young man stepped forward to console her. Hey, kid, stop waiting. He's not coming back. It's been over a month. From what I see, he's probably dead inside the arena. The two-headed beast is a common grade 2 beast. If it were really that easy to chop off its head, it wouldn't have survived this long. I'm just saying he's stuck, not that he's gone anywhere. Hearing this, the pink-haired girl clenched her fists tightly, tears streaming down. Could it be that he really isn't coming back? Or maybe he died inside the arena? No, he definitely can do it. If even he can't pull it off, then I don't know what to do anymore. Just then, a miracle happened. Suo Mo entered the hall, eyes wide with shock from everyone around. He slowly approached the pink-haired girl and handed her the heart of the two-headed man-snake. You really did it. The pink-haired girl couldn't hold back her excitement. Lucky you, this is the heart of the two-headed man-snake you needed. Check it out. While she was still stunned, the young man from earlier stepped forward, suspicious, but offering. The kid's cultivation is too low. Let me check it. After checking, he happily announced, no doubt about it. This is the heart of the two-headed man-snake, not just a regular one-headed snake. This is the heart of a two-headed man-snake that has reached advanced grade 2 realm. Kid, this is great news. Your mom's been saved. The mission was completed, and the pink-haired girl handed over the reward, as promised a beast egg to Suo Mo, who gladly accepted it. Just as he was about to leave, the pink-haired girl called him back, hesitating a bit as she said, You probably already heard about this mission when you first got it. This beast egg hasn't hatched in over 10 years. You could say it's like a rotten egg. So why did you want to take this mission in the first place? Because of my abilities, Suo Mo replied calmly, then left the hall under the admiring gazes of everyone present. This young hero can decapitate a high-level two-headed serpent beast, level 2, no less. That's seriously impressive. Yen Nut is also a powerhouse with a late-stage cultivation level. Yeah, if we can team up with him later, that'd be dope. Suddenly the pink-haired girl fell silent, recalling how her parents were chased to their deaths with no one caring. Everyone just scrambled to grab the loot. Not a single soul helped the little girl. In this world, trust is a luxury. Yet some people still say things like that. It really makes her respect them. Back to Namchin. Suo Mo was striding down the street, calculating in his head, looking for a place to exchange the beast materials he just got for spirit stones. Then he planned to buy a cultivation manual for martial artists' body techniques. Also, he wanted to get a weapon already forged with 2 slots for beast materials. The spine and scales of the 2-headed serpent would make excellent forging materials. The Ngok Lao was the first shop that came to mind. It's a big supplier for the main hall, and rumors say it's backed by a power far beyond the Lu Duong base. When the receptionist saw Suo Mo last time, she immediately smiled and asked, "Has the martial artist completed training and returned?" "Congrats on leveling up. What do you need this time?" The Ngok Lao sells all kinds of items, everything you want, fair prices, no scams. Suo Mo stared at the receptionist, a bit cautious, thinking his level wasn't high enough last time to be noticed, yet this shop's staff had martial cultivation insight. Just by looking, she knew he leveled up. If the staff are like this, it says a lot about what's going on inside. The Ngok Lao. Putting doubts aside, Suo Mo told the receptionist, "I'm here to sell a batch of beast materials, then buy some essential items for cultivation." After the receptionist nodded, Suo Mo went to meet Lao Duong, The Ngok Lao's appraiser, to check the quality of the beast materials and get a price. "These are top-tier materials, even from a level 2 high-grade beast," Lao Duong praised, silently amazed that such a haul came from a kid not even 20 years old. No way to underestimate him. After inspecting all the items Suo Mo brought, Lao Duong announced the appraisal results. The total value of these materials is around 150 to 160,000 spirit stones. "Do you agree to sell? I've heard The Ngok Lao is fair with prices, and it's true. I still need to buy some essentials for cultivation and a weapon. Do you have any combat swords suitable, or can recommend a forged one?" Lao Duong handed Suo Mo a bound ledger, saying, "If we don't have what you need, then no one in Lu Duong base does." Suo Mo looked at the price list and broke out in a sweat. A level 3 alloy combat sword was 100,000 spirit stones, and a beast blood essence was a whopping 200,000. He thought the 15,000 he just got was a bit, but the good stuff he wanted was way out of reach. He could only pick the most necessary items. After thinking it over, Suo Mo decided to buy a level 3 alloy combat sword, a cultivation manual for martial artists' body techniques, and an encyclopedia on plants and common beasts. The total came to 172,000 spirit stones, just 16,000 more to pay. Right as Lao Duong finalized the price, the receptionist came in and whispered something to him. Lao Duong listened, then seriously told Suo Mo. Suo Mo couldn't figure out the reason, but decided to just go check it out. "Then lead the way." The receptionist led Suo Mo upstairs and stopped in front of the testing room door, saying to the martial artist, "Please come in. Our boss is inside, waiting, no need to be shy." Suo Mo stepped inside on his own. Inside were a young woman and an elderly lady. Seeing Suo Mo, the elderly lady raised her hand and said, "Martial artist, please have a seat." As Suo Mo sat down, he glanced at the emblem on the elderly lady's chest. It said that in the Jade Alliance merchants, a gold leaf symbolizes the rank of a martial master. This elder has 3 martial master leaves, so the woman who can treat this martial master with such respect must be the boss of this shop, and definitely not someone ordinary. After Suo Mo settled, the young woman introduced herself. "Hello, Mr. Suo Mo. I'm Yang San from the Jade Alliance merchants. I hurriedly invited you here for this meeting. If anything offends you, please forgive me." Knowing his name means she already did her homework on him. Thinking this, Suo Mo warily said, "Boss Yang, you're too polite. May I ask what business you have with me?" "Of course, we want to invite you to join the Jade Alliance merchants." "Me, Mr. Suo, I've done my research on you. Don't get me wrong, this isn't some malicious investigation. I noticed you helped a little girl in the martial artists' hall earlier. That caught my interest. From what I know over the past few years, you've always seemed like an ordinary person who couldn't cultivate. Yet you completed the level 2 advanced dual-headed mutant drainage task. That means your strength is at least mid-level martial artist, maybe even higher, plus you've got unmatched talent." Seeing Suo Mo's grim expression, Yang San couldn't help but laugh. "Don't be so tense. Everyone's got their secrets. I'm not here to pry into yours. You've got a kind heart, extraordinary talent, and impressive power. No matter how you look at it, Mr. Suo Mo, you're a straight-up genius." Saying that, Yang San clapped her hands, and the elderly lady immediately brought a crimson weapon over to Suo Mo. The Jade Alliance merchants recruit all geniuses. This level 4 fighting blade is forged from the blood and frost of a mid-level 3 fierce beast. 2 level 4 fighting blades were given to heroes. Made from a level 4 alloy, it's a perfect match for you, Yang San explained. Without hesitation, Suo Mo declined. "Thanks for your praise, Boss Yang, but I'm used to freedom and don't want to be tied down, so, for now, I have no plans to join any faction. Hearing Suo Mo's answer, Yang San replied, don't reject me so fast. Strange people like you never bow down. We won't force you to join the Jade Tower, but we can still collaborate. Jade Tower is a branch of the Jade Alliance Merchants. The Jade Alliance Merchants' headquarters are at the Golden Wolf Base, quite a distance from the Luoyang Base. It can't compare to any faction at Luoyang Base. If you become an advisor for the Jade Alliance Merchants, we'll pay you a fixed amount of spirit stones every month. You'll get special perks and a 20% discount on purchases within the Alliance. The only condition is to help the Alliance with at least one task a year. Of course, it's not mandatory, you can refuse and switch tasks. What do you think, Mr. Suo Mo? The offer was so tempting, it stirred something in Suo Mo. This is how Jade Tower lures talent, smart move. Even if he can't serve their personal goals, at least they can build a good relationship and complement each other. The perks are solid, especially the in-app purchase rights and the treasure trove exploration. It's seriously hype. Duong San knew So Mak was touched, so she softened her tone, handed him the sword herself and said, Mr. So, take your time to think it over, no need to answer me right now. After this meeting, everything you buy is on the house. This sword here is a gift for you, hope it suits your style. So Mak held the sword, eyeing it carefully, half joking, half serious. Boss Duong, aren't you worried I might back out after getting this sword? Duong San laughed and said, it's not even 20 grand for a sword like this. Even if we gift it to you, our alliance's usual jade reserves can handle the loss. Besides, I trust you'll make the right call. With your boss energy, Duong, I definitely won't let you down. I'm taking that advisor spot. After the deal wrapped, So Mak bounced out quick. The old lady couldn't help but ask Duong San miss. So Mak's personality isn't bad. He's got some serious firepower, but at the end of the day, he's just a prodigy from a small base. Why would you put in so much effort to recruit him, even offering an advisor quota? Could it be? Senior Chu, you know, one of my double talents is special support skills. From the moment So Mak stepped into the shop today, I felt something off about him, so I invited him up. I sensed a familiar vibe from him. We're cut from the same cloth. After the trial, in the number 1 Academy Square at Luoyang Duong Base, Tham Kin stood on the stage, announcing results. First place Zhen Tixiwei, second, third, fourth, fifth place, Quach Quan. No way Zhen Tixiwei took the top spot. Even though she's strong, Quach Quan from the elite class usually aces every test. Don't even mention it, Quach Quan got seriously injured at Dai Thuk Mountain while being ambushed by Hua Quang's crew. Hua Quang died in the trial zone. The Feng base teacher went to Dai Thuk Mountain to search, but found no body. As students whispered, Tham Kin shouted, please welcome first place student, Zhen Tixiwei, to the stage for the award. Among the crowd, Zhen Tixiwei seemed zoned out, her mind racing. It's thanks to the letter from Hua Quang's pocket, the guy who saved me, that I got this rank. Otherwise the highest I'd get is third place. But on the way back from Dai Thuk Mountain I couldn't find a trace of him. Was it really him? Seeing Zhen Tixiwei slow to react, Du Tin standing beside her, nudged her hand and said, hurry up and get on stage, Zhen Tixiwei. The dean's calling you. On stage, Tham Kin repeated, please welcome student, Zhen Tixiwei, to receive the award. Only then did Zhen Tixiwei snap out of it and rush up to the stage. Meanwhile, outside the city in the abandoned zone, So Mak was grinding hard, hustling in battle. Holding the new sword, he kept unleashing lightning-fast dual bow attacks to farm monsters. Suddenly, So Mak felt the ground beneath his feet tremble slightly. Moments later, a worm-like monster with a mouth full of teeth burst out of the ground. Suo Mo quickly used a level 2 talisman to dodge, then spun around to unleash a double arrow lightning strike at the monster, freezing it in a layer of ice. Next, Suo Mo used the Void Breaker Slash, chopping off the monster's head, and even creating a huge hole in the thick wall behind it. Staring at the hole in the wall, Suo Mo fell into deep thought. His mastery of the double arrow lightning strike and Void Breaker Slash had reached perfection. Just this alone could at least double the power of his iron punishment technique. If he ran into Shu Guan now, he'd definitely chop his head off in one hit. By all rights, his pain technique was already a total success, but for some reason, he still felt like something was missing, like there was always some leftover energy he couldn't tap into. Maybe it was because his energy refining method wasn't fully developed yet, so it wasn't enough to fully train his body. Even though his martial realm had advanced, the book said the next 3 stages in bone and blood training, bone forging, blood refining, and energy gathering hadn't even started, and he hadn't even reached the bone forging stage. Suo Mo decided that from now on, he'd focus on refining his primal energy as his main training path starting today. So Suo Mo found a spacious, abandoned house and began grinding non-stop day and night. Half a month later, Suo Mo finally paused his training. The feeling of primal energy coursing through his bones during the forging process was hard to describe. As he spoke, he massaged his biceps. Just then, a sudden wave of pain hit Suo Mo's whole body, knocking him down, his muscles burning fiercely. Damn, my bone marrow's burning up, impurities in my bones are being expelled. I never imagined such a huge transformation would happen after this marrow cleansing. After the pain subsided, Suo Mo stood up again, watching the impurities in his Dantian energy layer escape silently. After training with the primal energy refining method, his training speed increased more than 5 times compared to basic body sculpting methods. At this rate, with my current physique, I'm sure I can reach the martial master realm within 3 years. But then Suo Mo clenched his fists, a determined smile spreading across his face, as he said, "It's already too late. It's been half a month since I came back. I'm afraid Zhou Cheng has already noticed me. Even though I'm not scared of him anymore, the decades he's spent building his base in Luoyang probably means he's got plenty of top-tier fighters under his wing. I have to get stronger." At the Zhou family estate, Zhou Cheng was standing on the balcony, enjoying the breeze when a subordinate came to report. "Boss, we've tracked down Suo Mo's whereabouts." Zhou Cheng asked, "Where is he now?" The subordinate replied, "He's been back for half a month, but he's been training constantly in the abandoned zone outside the city. He just came home recently, which is how we found out." Zhou Cheng frowned and warned, "He's smart. Last time he slipped away, I already warned you he's avoiding the Zhou family. Training all night, I'm afraid he's already grabbed some rare treasure from Zhou Qi. Before we go knocking on his door, we should learn some self-defense skills first." Suddenly, Zhou Cheng snorted coldly and crushed a bird in his hand. Looking at the blood on his palm, he ordered send out a few elite family agents to keep tabs on him. "Next time he steps into the abandoned zone, I'll go in person and kill him." At Suo Mo's place, he was packing his stuff into 3 bags. Mr. Suo, our alliance's usual sponsor, Tui Nok, offers free access to the best consulting experts from the training bureau. Among them, the primal energy formation can double training speed. We hope you'll make good use of it. Remembering Duong San's words, Suo Mo told himself, "Even though I can fight the wild beasts outside, my energy gathering isn't efficient enough. I'll head to the training bureau to focus on intensive training for a while." Just then, Tran Tixiwei walked in, so Mac smiled and asked, "You're back already?" Tran Tixiwei noticed, so Mac carrying a backpack, and asked if he was heading out. So, Mac admitted, "Yeah, I've got some stuff to handle for a while. Just within the city, super safe. Don't worry, I'll be back in a few days." Tran Tixiwei hesitated, then spoke up. As So Mac reached the door, he turned back. "By the way, I heard you got injured during the trial battle between the 2 cities. Make sure to rest up at home. Also congrats on snagging first place." Saying that, Somak left, leaving Tran Tixiwei alone in the room deep in thought. His reaction seemed so normal. Was that really him? A while later, Somak showed up at a building owned by Tui Ngok Lao, a high-level martial arts alliance. In the training room, Somak kept pushing through the pain but never quite nailed it. The frenzied cold double thunder strike, a silver-tier martial skill, is fierce and relentless, brutally dominant, delivering a precise blow. Even though I can fully control the cold energy inside, something still feels off. Maybe it's because I don't know how to fully leverage the primal energy. What if I could channel more of it? So Mac shouted loud, gripping the pain with both hands, swinging hard. Still no luck. So Mac clenched his teeth, thinking the secret technique wasn't quite right. Where's the glitch? Frenzied cold double thunder strike. Judging by the name, cold is the elemental attribute, but thunder shows no sign. For a silver-tier martial skill, if it carries 2 or more attributes, it's usually chaos, frenzy, cold, or dual. While racking his brain, a spiritual insight flashed in Somak's head. Frenzy isn't the natural attribute here. The core of this skill is frenzy. Once the strike launches, it charges forward without hesitation, no matter what obstacles lie ahead. It cuts through everything, focusing on one strike, that's frenzy. Realizing this, Somak reset his mindset, gripping the pain with both hands, standing still. Dropping all distractions, only the strike remained, his mind blank. One strike like 1,000 strikes, the sole goal, fight the enemy to the death. There are 1,000 ways, but only the strike is unbeatable. His eyes sharpened, no hesitation, he unleashed a strike. Time passed. As sunset bathed the sky, Somak stepped out of the training tower and spotted 2 people standing outside. Passing by, Somak overheard a male martial artist ask his companion, "Weird, right? Do you feel the training tower moving?" "Nope, both inside and outside have magic formations way sturdier than normal buildings." Suddenly, the male martial artist's eyes widened as he stared at the tower, yelling, "Wait, the whole tower's collapsing. What's going on? The training tower's falling." The noise drew a crowd rushing over. "What's happening? This property belongs to the Tui Ngok Merchant Alliance. Who dares mess around here?" Did they piss off a tiger? When they saw Suo Mo was a stranger, everyone instantly drew weapons, super alert. Surround him. If he resists, kill him on the spot. Duong Sazan also arrived. Seeing the crowd surrounding Suo Mo, he called out, surprised Mr. So. She looked at the collapsed martial arts training hall, and then turned to Suo Mo, asking Mr. Suo, have you already mastered the pain technique? In her heart she marveled, Suo Mo is not even 20 yet, and he's already mastered the pain technique. He's truly a prodigy. Suo Mo curiously asked Chief Yang, what exactly is the pain technique? Yang Xiaoxian was even more surprised upon hearing that. He had always relied on his ordinary status to study at the academy, and hadn't learned the pain technique through formal ranks. Everything he knew he had self-taught. What a genius. He's stronger than I thought. I need to get him into the Shiyu Merchant Alliance as soon as possible. Thinking that Yang Xiaoxian smiled and explained, if a deputy has a talent for the pain technique, they can train through its levels on their own. From what I know, there are 3 stages. The first stage is the radiant pain stage, where the pain technique emits a terrifying light, full of power and sharpness. The second stage is the pain realm, where the sky is filled with shadows of pain, unstoppable. The third stage is the pain mind. When the pain technique is unleashed, this stage envelops the opponent, trapping them so they can't escape. Even the pain technique itself can't break free from this. Suo Mo lifted his hand and said, so that's how it works. Thanks for explaining, Chief Yang. Thoughts raced through his mind. If that's the case, then the perfect state of Fathique must be the first stage of the pain realm. The pain technique radiates light just because I have a high-level pain technique talent. I was able to improve it so quickly. At that moment, Suo Mo suddenly remembered that the training hall had collapsed because of him, so he looked at Yang Xiaoxian and said, I'm really sorry. I got too caught up in training and wasn't careful, accidentally damaging this place. Yang Xiaoxian chuckled and replied, if it helped you grasp the pain technique, then a training hall collapsing is worth it. After mastering the pain technique, you still need to strengthen your realm. That's what will really help you a lot. The subordinates standing nearby had been wide-eyed the whole time. They couldn't believe it and whispered, who the heck is this Mr. Suo? He's even joking around with Miss Yang like that. Just training alone caused the martial arts hall to collapse. His power is insanely deep and unpredictable. That's some serious damage. Suo Mo looked up at the sky. It wasn't early anymore, then said goodbye. Thanks for your advice, Chief Yang. I'll do that. I'm heading out now. On the way back, Suo Mo noticed someone tailing him. The thug shouted, what's going on? Where are the others? Suddenly appearing behind him, Suo Mo casually slung a bag over his shoulder and asked softly, are you guys looking for me? The thug quickly turned and yelled, no way, but Suo Mo didn't give him time to react. He slammed a pain strike on the thug's neck, then grabbed the other thug by the collar, slammed him against the wall hard. Who sent you to track me? The thug in black stammered Chow, Thon, Tha, A. Suo Mo squeezed harder and said, so it's Chow Thon. We have to deal with him. If not, it's not just me. Tran Tixiwei will be in danger too. 2 chances for real combat, this is it. That very night, Suo Mo took action. In a short time, he took out all Xiao's bodyguards and made a straight path to Xiao Thon's place. While Xiao Thon was still angry about the spies tailing Suo Mo, a noise outside caught his attention. Where is everyone? Why is it so noisy outside? No one answered him. Damn it, where is everyone? Are they all dead? Xiao Thon shouted as he opened the door. What's all this noise? What he saw shocked him, guards sprawled on the ground, and a stranger standing among them. This caught him off guard. Just one wall separated them, yet so many people died without him hearing a single peep. Since when did the Luyang base have such a young dude with that kind of power? Thinking that he snapped, who the hell are you? We weren't guarding this place, so why'd you kill my men? Suo Mo just smirked. You must be Zhou Cheng, right? No wonder. You don't even recognize the guy you want to kill. Could it be? You're Suo Mo. A month ago you killed Kan Niem, but I checked the body, you just stepped into the martial realm then. How could you have wiped out all my men already? Suddenly Zhou Cheng recalled the missions involving the dragon beast lair he'd assigned to Zhou Qi. That's right, the secret treasure, this punk stole it from my son. This thought only fueled his rage more. The treasure in that secret realm is insanely powerful, capable of transforming your very flesh. So, it rightfully belongs to me. You stole my chance. Now, I'm gonna kill you, and that chance will come back to me. Without hesitation, Zhou Cheng unleashed countless energy swords, firing them straight at Suo Mo. Zhou Cheng wielded his energy skillfully. No wonder he's a seasoned martial realm powerhouse. Using energy to launch swords, boosting attack range from afar. But Suo Mo stomped his foot, conjuring an energy shield. Watching Zhou Cheng's swords bounce off, Suo Mo grinned smugly. Didn't expect this kid to harness energy too, but hey, here's my shot. Kid, your 5-part sword must be drained by now, right? Check this out. Zhou Cheng charged and slashed his treasured sword at Suo Mo. Suo Mo dodged just in time, then countered swiftly, circling behind Zhou Cheng to land a hit. But Zhou Cheng's strength wasn't to be underestimated, so he quickly parried that move. Suo Mo didn't back down, launching a flurry of attacks afterward. Zhou Cheng silently assessed the kid. His speed and energy control were weaker than his own. Suddenly Zhou Cheng leapt back, slamming his hand on a wall panel. An explosion erupted instantly, catching Suo Mo off guard and blasting him through the balcony window. Luckily, Suo Mo's reflexes were sharp. He adjusted mid-air and landed safely, though he couldn't avoid spitting out fresh blood. Seeing Suo Mo's battered state, Zhou Cheng laughed hard. Kid, even with that treasure boosting your power, you're still green. This is my turf. You think I wouldn't have set more traps? How'd you absorb that secret treasure anyway? Through mist and blood. Then I'll strip the mist and drain your blood dry. Zhou Cheng boasted in front of Suo Mo. Go down there and apologize to my son and tell him these flying swords are coming for his life. But he didn't know Suo Mo was quick as hell using talisman tricks. So fast it shocked him. Then came the thunderbolt talent. One blast sent Zhou Cheng's face flying. The old man couldn't wrap his head around why he didn't explode. I knew full well he was a petty villain, a total lowlife. Facing his dad, of course, I had to stay on guard. Then with a gentle slash, I sent him flying like a balloon, rocks and dirt exploding everywhere. Chothan's eyes popped wide, cursing non-stop like a sailor. After that move, his clothes were torn like a gang leader's, but his attitude stayed cocky. Don't get the wrong idea. I had to show him why even the martial masters at Lu'u Duong base don't dare mess with me. With that, the old gang boss charged like a raging bull, breaking through without a care. From this surge of power, I knew he was activating a burst beyond his limit, a mutation after reaching the Break Void Master level. This was the perfect chance to test just how strong I'd gotten. The old bull kept charging, but he was shocked when I didn't dodge at all. He thought I was scheming. If his strike landed, even a martial master would be done for. Though not handsome, he had plenty of confidence, firmly believing I couldn't break through his defense no matter what, even if I missed. Enough with the fake stalling time for me to show what I've got. The battle intensified, and Chothan bolted when he realized I'd mastered the pain technique. But he didn't turn fast enough. One strike later, his head popped like a cork. Chothan was toast, completely wiped out. The next morning, the captain of the Lu Duong footwork squad showed up at the scene, stunned that even a late-stage martial artist like Chothan was dead. His subordinates reported everyone in Chothan's villa was wiped out. Judging by the evidence, the killer broke in from outside, taking everyone out with a single strike. After hearing the report, the captain was deep in thought. He knew the culprit was a top-tier assassin, way beyond their squad's scope. He ordered his team to gather intel immediately and reported up the chain for action. That night I was busy tallying the blood vials I'd looted from the Chow family's place, 35 level 2 vials and 4 level 3 vials. Plus, a huge stash of level 2 raw materials and rare herbs. The total haul from Chothan's spot was worth over 300,000. All the loot and wealth Chothan had built up over 10 years was now mine, haha. Next up, it's all about grinding my training, pushing hard to hit the martial master rank fast. While gathering everything and packing the loot, I suddenly noticed the blood vial moving. I'd totally forgotten it was there. The vial was twitching like it was breathing. It was still alive, but from what I know, these blood vials usually hatch within 3 years. How could this one stay dormant for over a decade? Alright, I'm gonna test it. First, drip some blood to awaken it, then smash it open and finally fry it up like an egg. My test was brutal. I was gasping for air but still didn't get a reaction. Forget it, if this blood vial was gonna react that easily, it wouldn't have lasted this long anyway. I should keep training. First up, I'll start with the wind spirit fruit I got from the Great Herb Mountain last time. The wind spirit fruit helps martial artists with wind attribute talent to gain enlightenment and boost their innate abilities. In the sky, a little warbler was soaring. No, wait, it's a 3-legged great hawk, a level 1 fierce beast with crazy speed and small size, usually preying on smaller beasts at night. Damn, the poor bird got hit hard out of nowhere while flying. Who else but our main dude Suo Mo, checking speed stats, shooting down small birds mid-flight to hunt at night. After gobbling up 42 wind spirit fruits and half a month of digestive system training, he finally broke the sound barrier. Suo Mo pulled up the system stats board targeting high-level physical training, cultivation talent in Dao Arts, at high-level wind attribute talent at mid-tier bronze, and lightning attribute talent at top tier. Suo Mo got hyped seeing his mid-tier bronze wind attribute level jump up a notch. If he goes all out running, his speed could hit nearly 5 times the speed of light. That's almost peak master level speed. His cultivation grind kept going, focusing on breaking through attribute limits and squeezing in some extra tendon and bone training. When his whole body's blood was mobilized, the moment came Suo Mo broke through. Base strength hit 50,000 pounds, plus lightning attribute power, pushing his basic strength to 200,000 pounds. Bone training done. Next up is blood training. From now on, Suo Mo is a late-stage martial artist with rock-solid tendons and bones and strength over 10,000 pounds. For him, compared to bone training at mid-stage, blood and chi training at mid-stage takes way longer. Most martial artists don't even improve for years at this stage. He wondered if the Jade Tower had any elixirs to speed up blood and chi training and decided to check it out at dawn. The next morning, Sanzang was shocked to see Suo Mo had leveled up again. Every time she met him, his power had jumped significantly. Even among young fighters, such rapid progress is super rare. Despite being cocky, Suo Mo stayed humble and said his recent training progress was just a little. This time he came to see if Jade Tower had any elixirs to boost blood and chi training speed. Sanzang happily replied that if he wanted blood training elixirs, she had a task for him that paid well and suited him perfectly. Suo Mo thought, so this must be the mission he has to complete as Jade Tower's advisor. Jade Tower, at the distant Changfeng base, had a treasure Sanzang really wanted. She planned to send it to the Luzhuang base. But Jade Tower at Changfeng had lost many guards over this treasure, so they couldn't escort it now. Luzhuang base had to send someone to retrieve it. The two bases were thousands of miles apart, with many fierce beast zones along the way. Was Suo Mo really the only one to take on this mission? Of course, to ensure safety, Jade Tower would send some fighters to lead the team on this trip. Though risky after the job, Suo Mo could get 5 doses of rare elixir extracted from a level 3 one-horned rhino's horn. If he agreed, they'd meet at Luzhuang base's west gate at 7 a.m. 5 days later. Suo Mo thought about the elixir from the one-horned rhino's horn. It could boost a martial artist's blood and chi training speed by 10 times. So he agreed to take on this mission. The rare one-horned rhinoceros, if Tuin Gok Lao can get it as a reward. These missions aren't simple, but that toxic medicine is a must-have for On. 5 days later, at the west gate of the Lu Ruong base, these strange outsiders are actually members of the Suo Mak team for these missions. The cultivation levels of the escort team members range from late-stage martial artists to peak martial artists, with the highest being martial masters. This squad is no joke. After seeing Suo Mak, Zazan happily greeted him warmly. Sorry to keep the young lady waiting. I just arrived too. It's packed, but Zhang Xuan is here now. This guy is the steward of Thui Nok Lao at Lu Ruong base, Zhang Xuan. Everyone had to be patient with this dude. Exazan introduced, this is Zhang Xuan, a steward hired by the trade association at Lu Ruong base. He has a natural talent for mid-level swordsmanship and a rare lower-level metal attribute talent. He's a martial artist with rare innate skills. Zhang Xuan is all about power thinking. The beauty came here to personally challenge him. Zazan quickly introduced Suo Mak as the new advisor of Tui Nok Lao. This guy looked at him with a nasty glare. Zazan warned, being an advisor isn't for just anyone. Don't get played. He also realized this dude was hostile toward him. Cutting through the awkward vibe, Lao Ha Tian Nguyen spoke up. He's a steward of Tui Nok Trade Guild, currently a late-stage martial artist and the leader of this mission. To everyone here, many are new, and this is their first mission with me. Before we start, I'll lay down the rules. He continued, this is a long journey back and forth through countless dangers. The route is already set. No one is allowed to leave the team on their own or casually interact with outsiders. If anything happens, report to me first. If you can't follow this, leave now. Once we start, anyone breaking rules won't be spared. Suo Mak was pretty hyped. In wild group missions, discipline and teamwork are crucial. This captain's got solid experience. No objections, so everyone introduced their strengths to get familiar. First up was Wang Hai, a beginner-level martial artist specializing in using Dao Saber. Next was Hu Nam, a peak-level martial artist specializing in swordsmanship. Then Xin Vin Thong, a peak-level martial artist skilled with a spear with a wind attribute talent at the mid-level, capable of both stealth and direct assassination. Lastly, Zhang Xuan, a peak-level martial artist sword specialist with mid-level sword refining talent and rare lower-level metal attribute talent. Everyone was impressed, praising Zhang Xuan as a worthy specially recruited steward with immense potential. Zhang Xuan acted cool and turned to ask about Suo Mak's advisor strength. He's one of only 2 advisors at Tuin Gok Lao. Suo Mak is a mid-level martial artist specializing in Dao. Nobody believed it, some even showed disdain. How could a mid-level martial artist become a trade association advisor? These missions are super dangerous. With that strength, he can't even protect himself. Is this some kind of joke? Seriously, no way. Zhang Xuan pushed forward. You're right, let's not even talk about him just being a late-stage martial artist. How can he be an advisor? Simply put, this mission crosses two bases. The roads are long and dangerous. With your strength, if something happens, should we save you or just leave you to die? His strength has been fully assessed by the Trade Guild as capable of taking on the advisor role and this mission. Trong Huyen still wouldn't let up, using scornful words to put him down. This guy's cultivation is low, but he's already an advisor. I'm just worried Zanzan might get played. What's your point? He wants a showdown between the two, beat him, or forget about joining this mission. That advisor spot's gotta go to him. No big deal, I got this, if I want it I'll take it. Boss moves only. So a duel's about to go down right here. Tan Vianthang just hit Sword Realm not long ago. Regular fighters can't touch him. His innate metal attribute pairs perfectly with Dao technique. Trong Huyen's alloy sword can level up at least one tier. Fighters at the same stage definitely can't handle it. Lao Ha said he'd keep an eye on the duel, making sure Trong Huyen doesn't get seriously hurt as advisor. But Zanzan knows damn well he won't even scratch him. Even at Sword Realm, Trong Huyen can't compare to an expert who's mastered Dao technique. Trong Huyen's not crying over spilled milk, yet he's cocky, saying he'll hold back and keep it clean, no bloodshed. Kid, I don't know where you got the guts to challenge me, but today, you're definitely losing, he snarled, charging with his sword and a fierce battle cry. So, Mac easily dodged one strike, then another, leaving him wide-eyed in shock. Tons of hair-thin sword chi shot out from his blade. If it weren't for his eyes tracking at sound speed, he couldn't dodge those needle-like sword chi. His meridians would be sliced, clean body wrecked. Trong Huyen's ruthless no mercy today, he's here to serve justice. Everyone was worried when Somak stopped blocking and stood alone. The other guy was hyped, thinking he'd win this fight easily. Hidden in his sword path was a secret after reaching Sword Realm. The metal attribute lets him control sword chi like steel needles piercing the body. Cutting meridians turns opponents into cripples. The fight wasn't over, he kept attacking. So Mac blocked with his hand, his strength gentle enough to crack the sword. The guy couldn't believe his sword broke so easily. After seeing Somak shatter it in one move, he was even more stunned. No one watching could believe it. A guy like that broke Trong Huyen's sword barehanded. Trong Huyen was so pissed he was speechless. Now it was time to end this fight. You want to know where my courage comes from? Right here, he said as he sliced straight through the guy's torso. The dude looked like he was about to explode, then collapsed. The outcome was clear. He was alive, but his meridians were severed, a cripple now. Even a top-tier master like Trong Huyen couldn't match Somak. Now everyone got why this guy ranked as an advisor even at mid-level cultivation, definitely not your average Joe. From this moment on, no one dared doubt Mr. So's strength. Time to rest up before heading to the Changfeng base. 4 days passed, night was falling. Lao Ha decided everyone would rest here. Same rules, no fires to avoid attracting wild beasts with light, guards in groups of 5, rotating every 2 hours. So far, everything's been smooth sailing, probably reaching Changfeng base tomorrow. Lao Ha's got experience. Along the way, they dodged at least 80% of wild beasts. Hao Nam agreed, no joke, first time joining the team with the former leader, and boom, he exploded before finishing his sentence. Everyone was shocked and scared. What the hell happened? Why did he just stop and die? Somak quickly grabbed his sword, ready to fight, warning everyone to be careful, something's ambushing us. But there was no sign of movement or attack energy. He couldn't sense any threat. What the hell was going on? Lao Ha calmed everyone down, no panicking. Everyone quickly took defensive stances, ready for anything. Suddenly, Tan Vianthang saw a white shadow approach a teammate, who then exploded on the spot. That white shadow kept attacking, so Mac, like a super-speed assassin, it appeared suddenly behind him. Lao Ha realized it was the white space weasel. Things were getting serious. Wang Hai, clutching his arm in pain, was pale as a ghost. The white space weasel can teleport through space. We're screwed. Hatian Nguyen saw his teammates' spirits tanking and quickly spoke up. Chill out, what's the freak out for? It's just a level 3 beast, nothing crazy. As long as we don't let it find a weak spot and break us down one by one, we still got a shot. Everyone stay sharp. Form a one-person line facing outward, one facing inward, making a circle. Whenever the white ferret beast disappears, surround it immediately, no mercy. Everyone quickly followed orders. This guy really knew his stuff. This kind of ambush lets you watch all the dark angles. But Somak still felt like something was missing. Suddenly it appeared and attacked from above. The victim dropped right there, no one could track its movement. Nobody knew when his heart got ripped out and tossed on the ground. It wasn't for eating, the white ferret beast was just messing with them. Another person got attacked, then another chaos everywhere. Calm down, don't freak out. The more panicked you get, the easier it is to get hit in your weak spots. But it's too fast, no way to land a hit. Now, only a few remained. Vinthang spotted it but couldn't strike in time because of its insane speed. Vuong Hai stood frozen like a lifeless statue. At this point he snapped. He went berserk, wildly swinging his blade in the air, yelling, "Come out! Get out here, damn it, die already all of you, come on, show yourself." He shouted while swinging, demanding the stinky ferret beast reveal itself. Stop playing hide and seek. The ferret beast heard Vuong Hai's challenge and smoothly appeared behind him, ready to take him out. So Mac saw his chance and immediately charged with a level 2 blade strike. The ferret beast wasn't invincible. One swift slash took it down at lightning speed. It's hurt. Its speed's gotta be slower now. Heads up, someone spotted the stinky ferret over here. The guy dashed in for a strike. From above, from the side, from behind, after a series of attacks, it finally stopped. But every time the white ferret beast shows up, it never quits until it's dead. It's definitely still here, wounded and slowed down. Now's the perfect chance to land a one-hit kill, if it really has a spirit guardian, so Mac's gonna be its next target. This is So Mac's shot to finish it. The beast appeared from above, its mouth wide like a black hole, drooling like crazy, ready to chomp his head off. So Mac spun fast and sliced the stinky ferret beast that loved playing hide and seek. Everyone's jaws dropped, seeing the beast finally dead. From martial arts masters down, almost no one survives an encounter with the white ferret beast. Yet, So Mac casually took it down with one clean strike. In this situation, even a seasoned vet like Old Ha probably wouldn't survive. He thought to himself, the young lady really has an eye for talent. Lucky that someone like this is with the Ngok Thuong Min faction now. He thanked So Mac for saving his life. Going through hell together made them brothers for life, no need for formalities. If that's the case, I'll just call you So Lao from now on. It's thanks to you we all survived. That ferret beast, that's your kill, Lao. Alright, then I won't hold back. The next morning at the rescue base, the team successfully advanced, but the vibe was kinda gloomy and off. Before entering the city, Old Ha had already informed the person in charge at Nok Lao, but no one came to greet them. So Mac wondered why the rescue base here was smaller than the one at Lu Duong, and why things felt so weird. While they were worried, a voice called out, "Chief Tien, sorry to keep you waiting." 3 elders rushed over. Old Ha wondered why only 3 showed up, and if something had gone down. The elder was out of breath and pulled Old Ha aside. "You all had a tough trip. Let me arrange for you to rest at the Ngok Lao guest house first. Take it easy today. Chief Tien and I will handle the paperwork for escorting the treasure." The 2 linked arms and walked off to a corner. So Max sensed the elder wanted to avoid talking to the chief. Looks like something really went down at the rescue base. He looked back at the stinky ferret beast they'd just taken down. It was just a level 3 beast, but caused heavy damage to the team, led by a deputy master. If I can collect it, my power will definitely level up big time. So, he starts the collection process, nails it, and gets the space talent. The system asks if the player wants to fuse the box. Of course, he's down. He activates the spatial awareness ability. Now, he can clearly see everything going on around him. That's the spatial awareness skill. Within a 50-meter radius, he can sense everything crystal clear. Imagine what breaking space and teleporting himself would be like next-level stuff. Gotta test it out, hot and fresh. The facility starts shifting space, successfully warps over, and grabs the bird chirping on the branch. Dude's got some kind of bond with birds or something. As expected, he can teleport anywhere within his sensing range through spatial gaps in his vision. Spatial awareness lets you probe and pinpoint locations. Space rips are basically instant teleports. This talent is both offense and defense, super versatile. Down below, Old Boss and Old Ha don't know why the younger bro climbed the tree. He gently lands and asks Old Hu Yen, "You done with the talks? Everything's settled. We can roll out tomorrow." Old Boss wonders if Hu Yen's land belongs to Old Ha's descendants. Ha Tien Nguyen laughs. "Big Old Boss, you're giving too much credit. If I had descendants like these, I'd be grinning in my sleep." This guy's the advisor at Tuinok Lao in our Lu Duong base row Mac. He's reached mid-period martial artist level, a legit prodigy. Old Boss praises him non-stop. A mid-period martial artist becoming an advisor, that's a rare talent with a bright future. Ro Mac is the real deal, a young advisor with mad skills. Old Boss says he can't spill everything, but if the advisor needs anything at the Truong Phong base, just hit him up. He's got a few words to say. Ro Mac just has some questions. Not many people move around Truong Phong base lately. What's going on? If it's something secret, that's cool too. Old Boss looks tense, sweat dripping. The advisor's one of their own. There's no way he'd keep secrets. He just didn't say anything earlier, because if too many people knew, it'd freak everyone out around Truong Phong base. Before he could finish, a giant monster bursts out, shaking the ground. Civilians scatter in panic. It's a third-tier savage beast with spiked back. He can't wrap his head around how a base with elite martial artists and patrolling fighters could get a savage beast inside. Unless Trongfong Base is currently out of commission. The beast roars, baring sharp teeth, aiming to snatch the little girl below in a heartbeat. Things look bad. Romak flies in, kicking the beast hard enough to knock it down. He tells Ha Tian Nguyen to take good care of the girl while he handles this mess. Old Boss is worried. Among third-tier beasts, the spiked-back ones are tough to deal with. Romak is only a late-period martial artist. Can he really handle this solo? But Old Ha trusts him completely. He's confident Romak isn't your average late-period martial artist. Romak charges at the monster, which spots him. The beast swings its tail to swipe him off. Romak quickly jumps onto its back, then sprints fast toward its head. The spiked-back beast senses someone climbing on it and shakes violently, trying to throw him off. Everyone below is freaking out. Romak grabs one spike tight and slowly jumps up, then plunges his sword down with all his might. He stabs deep into its body and pulls the sword out. Just one strike, and the beast's tongue's hanging out, knocked out cold. Everyone rushes over. Romak, you're insane. You killed that spiked-back beast solo like it was nothing. You saved us all, advisor. Romak seriously asks Old Boss. Sir, technically third-tier beasts can't get within a 30-kilometer radius of a base. So what the heck actually went down? Lao Tone stayed quiet but honestly admitted this was the reason why the base was so dead silent. For almost 2 months now, the savage beasts outside the base have been acting super weird, showing up around the outskirts multiple times. The base sent out tons of martial artists to investigate, but many never came back. The beast attacks kept ramping up, even starting to hit the base itself. The base deployed 5 out of 6 Grandmaster Guardians, leaving only the captain of the guard team, who's a Grandmaster, behind. Most fighters and martial artists were sent out too, leaving the base seriously short-handed. So it's no surprise that the defense nets went up. Bro, hang tight, hope they find the root cause, as soon as possible, and squash this crisis. If you need backup, just holler. The captain still can't wrap his head around it. A safe base usually needs at least 3 Grandmaster Guardians to keep things running and defend properly. But now, there's only one. Could the crisis here be even worse than the beast attacks? Plus the trial between the 2 bases, Truongfong and Lu Duong, just happened a month ago. Why would they hold a trial when they're so short on people? Suddenly, 3 or 4 members of the guard team rushed over, hyped up because the thornback beast was taken down. They thought Mr. Tone was the one who killed the beast and thanked him. The western city was also hit by beast attacks recently, and they barely had enough people to make it here in time. Mr. Tone quickly clarified that he wasn't the one who killed it. It was the advisor from Thuyin Gok Lao at the Lu Duong base, Mr. Suo Mo. Suddenly, the radio buzzed. 13 members of their guard team were heading to Central Zone 1, saying they wanted to negotiate with the 3 of them. At Central Zone, Truongfong base, the guard led the 3 inside. The guard captain, a grandmaster, always stayed in Central Zone and couldn't leave, so only 13 people came. Suo Mo stepped forward, and suddenly everything went pitch black. Was this a trap, or some kind of illusion? Suo Mo started sensing the space. Countless arrows were shot his way. Weirdly, even though these were lethal attacks, he couldn't sense any killing intent. After dodging all the arrows, a voice echoed, "Nice try, everyone." He saw someone sitting over there, teleported behind the girl and swung his sword down. But the person vanished, and the lights came back on. The girl stood aside, clapping non-stop, praising him. No wonder she's the special advisor for Thuyin Gok Lao, Mr. Suo Mo. Sorry for setting up this little test without asking. She's the captain of the guard team, Grandmaster Ta Vien. He didn't get why she arranged this. Suddenly, Lao Ton burst in, slamming the door shut behind them as soon as he stepped in, scaring the old guys stiff. Ta Vien apologized for the scare, saying the test was first to check Mr. Soor's skills. Secondly, they found out this beast attack might have been orchestrated by humans. The enemy's energy contained beast power, and the easiest way to check was during a surprise attack. Of course, this test proved she could trust him 100%. If Mr. Suo hadn't shown up just in time today, who knows how many would have died. If possible, she hopes to invite him as a special operative for the Qingfeng base security team, but he has to head back to Luyang base this afternoon. Ha Qianyuan also spoke up. Master Ta, normally all of us could stay to help out at Qingfeng base, but this treasure we're escorting must be delivered on time. Otherwise, it's pointless. The way back isn't easy either. Without Suluodi, I really can't be sure. Ta Yuan started thinking the treasure must be delivered on time, or it's all for nothing. If the intel is right, the treasure they're escorting this time is something sent to someone inside. Could it be what she's thinking of? She knows she can't force him to stay, so she came up with another proposal. Mr. Su can be their outside defense expert, no need to be at the base all the time, just lend a hand when the base is in danger. Qingfeng Base is ready to pay a 50,000 yuan annual retainer. Su looked shy, but even without this role, if the base is in trouble, he'd step up anyway. After all, Qingfeng and Luoyang bases are tight-knit. If Qingfeng's survival is truly threatened, Luoyang is in danger too. Taiyuan was pleased with his straightforwardness, saying, looking forward to working together. Not long after, the group set off back to Luoyang base with the treasure. Taiyuan was happy that Tui Nujok Min Thuong managed to snag such a talented prodigy. Lao Zun totally agreed. They've always focused on maintaining good relations with all parties. Business is key. With that said, Taiyuan decided they'd start discussing business too. After finishing the mission, everyone gathered at the west gate of Luoyang base. Maxan San was already waiting there. Everyone had dumped their gear from the trip to Qingfeng base. Ha Qianyuan handed the treasure box to the young lady. Luckily, it lived up to its reputation. Finally, she got it. T Nok Lao had already prepared the payment for everyone. The steward would distribute it shortly. They also prepared healing elixirs and free access to the infirmary. Everyone was told to rest up first. Everyone was hyped. Next time there's a mission, remember to hit me up. Maxan San wanted to meet Su directly to talk. She knew everything he did during this escort. Didn't expect even beasts like the Trun couldn't stand a chance against Su, who was stronger than she thought. Getting props from a hottie, gotta brace myself. San had one more favor to ask. Su, did he want to know what treasure they were escorting this time? It was a key that could unlock the secret realm of the 10,000 flower disc. Meanwhile, at Qingfeng Base HQ, Old Zun was frantically explaining he really had no clue what the 10,000 flower disc was. Taiyuan added, that treasure is a limited-time elixir. We had to rush it back to save someone. She's got nothing to do with the 10,000 flower disc, she mentioned. Old Zun, you're as dumb as a dried pig. Don't worry, I'm not gonna eat you. I've heard Thui Ngok Min Thuong has tons of top-tier info experts, but our Qingfeng base won't bite off more than we can chew. Recently, they've been investigating the weird activity of the ferocious beasts around the Wind School base and accidentally discovered an energy fluctuation at the junction between the Thousand Flowers secret realm and this world. No one shows up without a good reason, especially when there's an urgent need for a limited-time treasure right now. Now that we know all this, is it possible that the Wind base won't investigate anything? Moving on, Old Ton, we've known each other for a long time, and once we make a deal, you know I won't let you guys take a loss. It's just the two of us entering the secret realm. Whether they catch anything or not is up to them. Plus, from now on, all business at Thui Ngok Lao will get a 5% tax cut. Old Ton was shocked. 5%, that's seriously generous. A group of masked figures was secretly watching every move of the two of them. 10 days later, at the research lab, An carefully pricked his finger to draw some blood, infused it with energy, then sent it out. That blood-empowered pierced a hole in the wall, then An ordered it to return. The Great Blood Theory says, when blood flows like mercury, it gathers and won't separate. Luckily, we had the blood theory pill from San. Otherwise, just the one-horned rhino's elixir wouldn't have helped An reach this level in only 20 days. He recalled that conversation. San mentioned a place called the 10,000 Flowers Secret Realm between the Wind Base and the Luoyang Base. We found out that this secret realm would appear in a month, and the 10,000 Flowers tablet is the key to unlock the path to it. Only martial artists at the master level can enter the 10,000 Flowers secret realm, but An, just a mid-level martial artist, has already shown power comparable to a master. Mr. So I officially request you to join me in entering the secret realm and help me find the mysterious origin jade pendant. San promised that on this trip into the secret realm, Tui Nok Lao would only claim the mysterious origin jade pendant and nothing else found. But you'll have to find something to take out, so looks like you gotta level up to late-stage martial artist as soon as possible. Suddenly So noticed a flaw in the hole punched in the wall earlier. Inside were some strange items, a letter, a few books, and 2 short swords. The letter bore the same symbol as the masked group's emblem. So absorbed all the original owner's memories, but had zero recollection of this chest or the previous battlefield. It was a diary, stating that his level could only plateau at martial artist. No reason, just no way to level up. He said, we're the abandoned ones from the new world. As beasts grow stronger, martial artists' levels keep rising, and eventually we won't survive. Research work isn't going well. Maybe the experiments on level 5 beasts aren't enough. Maybe we should hunt for level 6 or even level 7 beasts. Suo Mo is already 15, but he's just an ordinary guy, it's all my fault. He's right. The body not only moves but also weakens. Heard there's a level 7 beast in the western mossy ginseng forest. Gotta check it out. Suo Mo, wait for dad, we'll definitely fix your body so you can train and surpass the martial artist level. Suo Mo wondered what his original parents were researching and what kind of physical modification training they were doing. Turns out the near-death danger during that hunting trip was because of a level 7 beast. Level 7 beasts are just legendary monsters. He picked up the claw. It felt way too light. Holding it, his eyes chilled with cold energy. It was almost weightless. This claw wasn't some ordinary gear. Tu Nok Lao knows her stuff. Next time, I'll bring it to Miss Mac for a proper check. 7 days later, San was hyped waiting for Su Mac to arrive. This pink-haired girl is Tosana, a top-tier late-stage martial artist and the sect's elite bodyguard. The guy next to her is Liu Vu, also a late-stage peak martial artist and elite bodyguard from the sect. She was super eager to meet Su Advisor because she heard he's only mid-level martial artist but somehow earned special respect from Miss Mac and Master Taiyuan. When Su Mac showed up, San felt his realm had leveled up again. Tosana also noticed there's no way he's just a mid-level martial artist now. Liu Vu warned not to underestimate this guy. Su Mac looked at the claw and said, yeah, it's definitely improved. Right, Miss Mac, could you help me evaluate these 2 claws? San examined them for a bit. These claws were made from the frost essence of a level 4 beast, super lightweight. This weapon material is usually used for hidden weapons, almost silent with stealthy effects. Tosana chimed in, looks like a level 4 weapon. Su Mac's got some serious skills. Once we hit the secret realm, I gotta test his abilities. Liu Vu was speechless with her. He knew she was salty, but reminded her their mission is to gather resources in the secret realm. Told her to chill and not cause chaos. Suddenly, Su Mac sensed violent energy at the entrance. Mac San ordered everyone time's up, get ready to enter the secret realm. Entering might randomly teleport everyone to different spots. I'll send a signal from my location, then call everyone to regroup. She used her palm to unlock the secret realm's door successfully. Everyone rushed inside. After major shifts in the world scattered, mini-worlds started popping up around Lam Star. These mini-worlds are hidden because they're attached to Lam Star, hence called secret realms. These secret realms are rich in resources, with mountains, rivers, life, and even spawning beasts and rare treasures, some super tough. The 10,000 Flowers secret realm is recognized as one of the richest resource realms after a decade of martial artists' research. Su Mac landed inside the secret realm but felt something was off. First, he explored the nearby area, sensing the space. No immediate danger. He detected a 500-year-old 5-colored mysterious orchid and a 300-year-old catalog herb nearby. So many rare herbs within 50 meters, this place's vitality and energy density are no joke. With such dense energy, beasts born here are insanely tough to fight. San's signal came from the mountain behind. Since everyone landed safely, he needed to hurry there. Meanwhile, San and the others were surrounded by beasts. They were all level 2 beasts, but the sheer number made it tough to handle. Someone got bitten on the shoulder, no death, but with so many, they couldn't handle them all. Mac San was doing her best to stall, waiting for everyone to regroup for rescue. Suddenly a beast attacked from behind her. She turned just in time to see its head sliced off. Here comes the classic hero saving the damsel scene with Advisor So. Showing up, everyone can finally chill. The savage beasts are still growling, like they want to chow down on fresh prey. To him, these guys are just a bunch of small fry. Even if more show up, they're just annoying little stings. Dao, the kicks off the battle, and his power causes a massive explosion. That's when the monsters start freaking out, sensing someone's invaded the secret realm and the Guardian has returned. So Mac senses the entire realm's energy is subtly shifting. Thanks to his innate spatial talent, his spatial awareness is on another level now. This realm gives him a seriously unstable vibe, super dangerous. Everyone on the squad is on edge, impressed as hell. And to think he's soloing all these beasts, no way even a martial master could pull that off. No wonder they call him Advisor So. Mac also sends his thanks. Without his help, who knows how many would have been lost here. He wonders if only this many people have gathered so far. The signal flare was sent 2 hours ago. Only 40 people entered. Just 2 from the Changfeng base, barely a squad. The Changfeng crew didn't come because the Xuanyuan Jade Sui nearby has caused heavy losses recently. They're just here to gather resources, no plans to get involved in anything else. The danger level here is way beyond what San expected, so they gotta cut down resource hunting time. They're rushing to find the Xuanyuan Jade Sui as soon as possible. If So Mac helps her find it, she's ready to split half as compensation for the lost search time. So, Mac admits this realm gives him bad vibes, not just the beasts. Staying too long could be life-threatening. He thinks everyone should bounce quick if the Xuanyuan Jade Sui isn't that crucial. San always thought So Mak wouldn't ask her anything about the Xuan Yuan Jade Sui. She even believed he had no interest in beasts. He pauses, saying, if this treasure is truly priceless, then maybe it's better that way, because then he wouldn't get greedy. But the situation's different now. He thinks they need to weigh if it's worth risking so many lives. The Xuan Yuan Jade Sui is a rare treasure from heaven and earth, helping martial artists break through to the highest realms, making breakthroughs more stable. For example, a peak martial artist's body can usually only handle strength of 20,000 jin, but the Jade Sui can push them to the limit, 30 or even 40,000 jin. This means future growth will be even more insane, so yeah, it's seriously next level. If he gets it, he'll unlock the great talent ability from the system. The stronger the base power, the stronger he becomes after unlocking it. That's why So Mak decides everyone must immediately go find the Xuan Yuan Jade Sui fast and furious. Wenhua Ban can locate the most crucial energy veins in the realm, where the energy converges the perfect breeding ground for the Xuan Yuan Jade Sui. She says that, and starts searching with Wenhua Ban. The beasts on this side have witnessed everything. As the Guardian's power grows, the Alpha orders the pack to quickly bring the Guardian back. Over here, everyone was still following the culture table's lead and wearing San, when suddenly there was movement behind. They were being ambushed by a pack of savage beasts. Everyone quickly got into defense mode, blocking to protect Miss San. This beast wasn't just attacking physically, it was using poison too. It went after San, but he spun around and landed a sword strike on it. The beast blocked the attack, but still wasn't down. Its body's defense was way stronger than usual. That hit from him could cut through even alloy, but it couldn't slice through the beast's fur. This is a level 2 savage beast called the Golden Poison Lynx. The Golden Poison Lynx is a rare beast, but today there's way too many of them showing up. Everyone's got to try their hardest to dodge those sharp claws, but no one can cut through its fur. The situation's exactly like the last beast ambush, still level 2, but their strength and speed are way beyond normal level 2s. San suddenly heard a weird sound in the air, like some kind of command being transmitted. Suddenly, San got distracted by an outside force, and the pangolin beast took the chance to swipe the flower tablet. She tried to attack to get it back but failed. The Golden Poison Lynx and the pangolin were working together super smoothly. Once they grabbed the flower tablet, they instantly teleported away. But with the cool main dude here, ain't no way they're getting off that easy. One sword strike from him made that mutant cat yowl like crazy, and the flower tablet came back to San. They came here for the flower tablet, even had a detailed plan and tight teamwork. San knew something was pulling the strings behind the scenes. Maybe these beasts have some kind of intelligence, heard only level 5 beasts or higher can awaken that. Alright, I'm gonna check out what kind of freak this beast really is. Spotting its resistance, he quickly teleported behind it. Oh man, in front of him was a beast so deep and mysterious it's hard to even describe. This beast seemed to have human traits. It was strong too. One hand casually knocked San and his sword back. It has intelligence and human features, so it's at least level 5 or above, but its attack power was weaker than a level 3. This was the first time he'd ever faced a beast like this. The other one knew the longer it fought, the worse it'd get, so it tried to escape, like he'd just let it run off right in front of him. He instantly teleported close and landed a hit. The beast crashed to the ground, then sucked in the pain. If it doesn't die now, he'd eat his hat. But he had to combine the power of his pain technique with the 10,000 pain move to pierce through it. This beast's physical strength was definitely close to level 5. This is seriously weird. San caught up too. These beasts here are all super strange. Lucky he's here, or they'd be toast. Their traits are totally contradictory. First, he's gonna check the energy state inside its body. Before he could check, a dark shadow appeared behind him. Someone was trying to kill him. If it weren't for the main hero's aura, he'd probably be dead and buried by now. Both sides faced off head-on, and although this guy's power was only at the peak martial artist level, his attack strength was almost at master level. They clashed non-stop, their target being the corpse of the Golden Poison clan leader. There had to be some secret hidden on that savage beast's body. At first it seemed evenly matched, but with the skull and the divine thunder energy, the power boost was insane. Suo Mo's second weapon in hand was about to break. Damn, that was a close call, almost got fried for good. Looking at the opponent, Suo Mo sensed his aura was definitely human, but had beast-like traits. Everyone gear up and grab them, these guys aren't from the Jade Tixiwei sect. As he spoke, a barrage of arrows flew in, but while they were distracted, the 3 attackers escaped using spatial gadgets. They probably used some kind of teleportation hack to make their getaway. All 3 were familiar faces from the Jade Tixiwei sect. She had no clue when they got replaced. Staring at the savage beast's corpse, he couldn't wrap his head around why they'd risk so much just for this replacement. What secret does this replacement actually hold? Meanwhile, Tosana and Lu Yu were casually searching the area. He got hyped finding a 400-year-old spirit spring herb selling for at least 10,000 yuan outside. Tosana felt something was off. The number of beasts they'd encountered along the way was way too low, which was super sus. Of course, someone showed up. The two quickly hid behind bushes. It was the same 3 attackers from earlier. They laughed, dropping their masks, grumbling about how tough Suo Mo and Mianxian were to handle. Not only did we fail to snatch the corpse, but we also ended up saving those guys and got exposed. Tosana was shocked to recognize one as Ni Wu from the Leaf Flower Sect's guard team. Didn't the Leaf Flower Sect's guards all go investigate the beast's abnormal activity with the sect master? Yet here they were dressed like Jade Thui sect members. Leaf Flower Sect felt this secret realm had more than just one weird beast. He decided to hunt one down first, kill it, then come back for Mianxian. Their target was what Mianxian came to the secret realm, for it definitely wasn't a beast. Now that their identities were exposed, they were in a tight spot. Leaf Flower was sure the value of this abnormal beast's corpse far exceeded what Mianxian was after. Back with Suo Mo, after checking the beast's power was only level 2, but its stamina and evolutionary traits had hit level 5. Remembering what Mianxian said, only martial artist masters could enter the secret realm of Yunhua. He guessed the realm's level restrictions applied not just to outsiders, but also to the beasts inside, capping them at level 2. Mianxian wondered how beasts born from the realm's primal energy could be limited like that. Though the reason was unclear, the secret realm held too many mysteries. They needed to find the mysterious primal jade snow as soon as possible. They pressed on, heading toward the mysterious primal jade snow, which the 10,000 flowers altar pointed to inside a cave. Mian, Xian, and Suo Mo would head down there, while the rest stayed outside to keep watch. The whole way they didn't encounter a single venomous snake or bug. The primal energy concentrated deep inside, like flowing water. Could this primal energy's destination be the mysterious primal jade snow? Mak San was hyped when she saw the mystic core jade right in front of her, floating like a droplet next to the small ice blocks. This is the spirit treasure that can break through the body's limits, and there are 10 of them here in total. Without Surmak on this trip, there's no way he would have gotten this spirit treasure. He might have even lost his life. As promised, the southern core among them will be yours. Thanks, Miss Mak. Then I respectfully obey your orders. This southern mystic core jade alone can boost his current physical strength by at least 150,000 pounds. Sir Mak sensed the source of the mystic energy right at the core jade. But Sun Sun wasn't buying it. Mystic core jade usually grows at key meridian points where mystic energy gathers. How could the source of mystic energy be here? Yet it was true. A small amount of mystic energy clustered around the core jade, but the rest was right here. Just as expected, like the hidden spirit jade and the 5 others. There's also a space here sealed by a natural proof seal spell. This ring is a proof seal spell born from nature, so there's definitely still treasure inside. Since they were already here, the two decided to head inside. As soon as they stepped in, they clashed with the original stone's energy streams. Under the original stone, when a young life is born or a spirit wind appears, it might come with spirit treasures containing the origin of the original world, helping one grasp spatial transformations. Sai-san suddenly remembered that when fighting the Golden Soldier Lai before Sir Mak used spatial teleportation skills. But that was only a second-tier spatial talent, and he still hadn't fully mastered it. So its second-tier spatial talent, well, that's pretty dope. Spatial and temporal talents are legendary top-tier gifts, and Sir Mak's talent, reaching second tier, means he basically has dual skills in transformation and perception. She felt super lucky to have pulled him back early with the Jade Spirit Spear. The original stone's energy streams protect it, and the closer you get, the deadlier it gets. Any creature approaching gets shredded, except for a half-meter radius around the original stone, where the energy streams don't reach. Without spatial teleportation, you can't pass through the energy streams to get the original stone, so it was basically meant for Sir Mak all along. If someone without spatial talent uses the original stone, the chance of gaining spatial talent is less than 1 in 1,000. But if someone with spatial talent uses it, they have a 100% chance to boost their talent. Plus, she already said that, except for the mystic core water, all the treasures would go to him, saying that he quickly teleported through the energy streams and successfully grabbed the original stone. The moment he touched it, images of fierce beasts flashed in his mind. After getting the original stone, Quan Kuk seemed to understand the secret of this hidden realm. A large number of fierce beasts, absorbing the original energy, caused cracks to appear outside the realm. They could only forcibly suppress the beasts to level 2, but even that was about to fail. This means the beasts outside really have power close to level 5. Given the situation, it's best they absorb the mystic core water and original stone here to max out their strength as soon as possible. First, because this place is within the natural barrier of the original realm stone, it's not easy to be disturbed or messed with. Or maybe they'll have to fight tough battles later, breaking through physical limits without breaking realms. That's the best plan. Worried Mach might be confused. This suggestion requires us to really trust each other. If Miss Mach feels uncomfortable, usually beast tamers train solo in seclusion, so this proposal of his is kinda risky. Naturally, she completely trusted the gentleman and just followed his orders. So the two of them started training, using the system's interface to calculate their combat data. Base strength is 2001 kilograms. When breaking through the physical limit, it can increase by at least 500,000 kilograms. With enhanced physical attributes, strength reaches 878,650 kilograms. At the physical limit breakthrough, it can increase by at least 2 million pounds. He thought to himself that once the physical limit is broken, base strength could rise by 500,000 kilograms. After boosting his physical traits, even late-stage martial artists probably wouldn't stand a chance against him anymore. Looking over, he saw Sanson still training hard. Time was tight, so he decided to fuse the spatial core stone right away. Let's see how this will level up his spatial talent. Holding the core stone, he wasn't sure how to activate it, whether by using it directly or tapping into his own energy. Then suddenly, he felt like he was floating in space among countless stars. Ahead, his inner world was gathering power. Awakening Sansan had no clue what just happened, though those stars seemed to merge into his body. The core stone in his hand shattered. He quickly checked his talent info to see how his spatial ability had changed. His spatial talent now included a personal space, leaving a spatial seal on his body to create this private realm. He could foresee expanded spatial perception and teleportation, and this personal space was pretty dope. A spatial seal appeared on his palm. Sanson tried to channel spatial power into the seal. Given his current level and spatial talent rank, he could only contain a limited amount of spatial energy. Despite his best effort, he managed to store nearly 20 cubic meters of space, which wasn't too shabby. As his level and talent improve, this personal space can definitely expand. Meanwhile, Sansan successfully broke through his physical limit as a martial artist. With an extra 100,000 kilograms added, Sansan could now enter the martial artist realm with a physical strength of 300,000 kilograms. He was so hyped, he didn't even notice Sansan was there. Even now, she felt he gave off this vibe of being both present and elusive. If she hadn't spoken up first, she might not have appeared at all. Probably because of fusing the core stone, which shares origins with the secret realm, he now carried a breath similar to that realm, like the air and earth here, making him hard to detect. Suddenly, everything around started moving. Trouble was brewing above, as a pack of savage beasts attacked everyone. The outer guards were struggling against the monsters. One got injured and almost lost his life in a split second. Luckily, the advisor and Broken Pain showed up just in time. Everyone noticed he seemed even stronger now. Sansan dashed like an arrow, slashing and killing a beast with one strike. The monsters kept attacking. He leapt high and swooped down, slicing straight through the horde. Just one strike can take down several enemies at once. Everyone was shocked by his power. They heard the young lady say he's the strongest warrior at the martial realm, and that's no exaggeration. Sasan also noticed every fight showed Mr. Suo getting way stronger than before, definitely some serious hidden potential. A savage beast as ugly as a toilet, standing there posing, saying, "Split the keys, hand over the keys you want to give me."